He's got to unmute himself. Unmute yourself, Kristian. Unmute yourself.
Welcome back to this fucking show.
Yay, there it is.
So much. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. Yeah, it's a show. You like the show? Great, it's a show. Hey, we're doing a show today. You want to be on the show? Good. Everybody's doing a show. We're doing a show. Hey, thank you for being on this show, everybody. We got Ben Goddard who's on the show. Rocha's on the show. There's someone else named Dick Murphy. She's on the show. Brett's on the show. And RB3 is on the show. Okay, so let's start the show. Tenet is getting pushed back, everybody. If you didn't know that. Tenet is getting pushed back. Again, it's coming out August 12th. August 12th now. It keeps getting pushed back. And why does it keep getting pushed back? Because people don't wash their fucking hands. And because there's too many and no one's wearing masks. So the same reason people yelled at me. People yelled at me when I said there's no chance that it's gonna. I can't imagine that they're gonna be able to put it at the original date and say, "Oh, joke's on you, Harloff," and now they'll come up with some other fucking reason to say joke's on you. So August is when it comes out. Rocha, are you shocked by this at all or what?
Not in the least bit. I'm almost pissed off that they keep pushing it to every 2 weeks. Like, in 2 weeks we'll figure this whole COVID out. So just hang on, kids. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world, and I get that Nolan wants to drop this thing in the summer to try to make as much money as possible because they got Bond go out in the fall and they don't want those two films slamming into each other. But at the end of the day, man, you got to read the tea leaves and like push this thing to maybe next year even. I just don't get this idea of wanting to be the first film out when the film theaters open because you can't even guarantee that people are going to go, No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not surprised. It's like, initially when they said they were going to do it and with the reopening and like, okay, well, let's see how this goes. And then all these new cases coming out. It's like that is just you're asking for a lot of problems if you decide to make this move and say, okay, we're going to go forward with this. And then more people look what's going on with the WWE.
Yeah,
and like that WWE was the most. They were the ones that were putting their feet down, saying, "Oh, we're still going to do WrestleMania." They didn't close it until the very end, and then they opened up the center, and now their wrestlers are getting in, and it's like we get it. Everybody wants to go back to work, but all of these things are happening now, and it's just not time. Wear a mask. Wash your hands.
I don't want to cut anybody up, but like they're still going to wrestle. Vince said, we're still going to put on shows. We're still going to put on pay-per-views. Those corrupt mother effers got themselves deemed an essential business, and then they put all these wrestlers at risk and talent at risk. And Nolan is veering into that territory because the rumors keep coming out that Nolan is the one pushing to have this thing out in the summer. If Nolan is pushing for this, then at some point you go like, you got to stop being an irresponsible filmmaker here. Your movie ain't more important than people's lives. It's crazy.
Because what he's probably scared to death of is the fact that they're going to say, look, man, we got a lot of buzz on this. Let's just release it like King of Staten Island did. He's going to go, fuck that. You have a better chance. You have a better chance of them delaying it until the end of the year and bumping one of the other movies or it coming out next year than you do it coming out digitally. So, RB3, you hear that they move this. Good move? Are you upset about this? How are you feeling?
No, it's a good move considering the circumstances around the country. Yesterday, I didn't play devil's advocate, but I played what was it? Satan's
alternative.
Satan's alternative, and
Satan's alley.
Yeah, exactly. So, so I mean, in regards to the movie theaters opening up, I thought if the health officials are saying it's safe in certain states, then you should do it in certain states. You know what I mean? But if it's gonna be a nationwide thing, I know for at least in California, the data's trending like more cases but less hospitalizations and less deaths. That's not what's happening in Florida and in other states like Arizona. So that's where the kind of in Texas where that's kind of the trouble spots. So I can see them being worried that the outbreak of cases in other places are making it really tough to give it like a national release. So that's why they keep pushing it back. I just hope that there's more data, more information that comes out, more scientific analysis that can give us better answers to what we can start doing and what we can start handling. And I think, frankly, if the movie theaters are able to show up and do like what Alamo Drafthouse is doing with like complete sanitization, cleaning out every single theater, fogging the theaters and making sure they're like top tier clean and they're able to show the American people that, then I think I'll feel a little bit safer going back. But until then, it's going to be a little tough. I still want to support the drive-in movement. So if they want to release it on drive-in, please, by all means.
You know what the problem is? The problem is also it's not just the theaters looking what Alamo's doing with the sanitizing. That's great, but they can't control people.
Yeah.
People come in and like I saw we had someone deliver the groceries not too long ago from one of these services, and I looked on the camera, and as it comes in, and this woman was wiping her nose with no fucking gloves on and touching the packages. And I'm like, and not even realizing it. Like, and it's like, people don't understand what they're doing, and they're doing this, and it's crazy. It's just crazy. So there's no fucking chance that this movie was going to open up on this date right now with all these new cases coming out. Yep. So that's that. And then the next part of it is it just transfers over right into Mulan, and that's supposed to come out first. We're not going to see Mulan, right?
No way.
Yeah. What do you think, Ben?
I'm glad, they're doing the bare minimum of July 31st to August 12th. Like it's and John, I get what you're saying, these 2-week things, but when LA got the news that we might be in lockdown for 3 more months, everyone almost went full Mad Max over here and was like, no way. Yeah. And so it's that tricky line of there's that old 30 Rock thing where Matt Damon's the pilot and he tells people, oh, it's just be 15 more minutes. Because that's that's that perfect amount of time that people won't get upset about, and I feel like 2 weeks is that kind of thing. It's guys, will just be 2 more weeks. Guys, will just be 2 more weeks.
Right.
We've said it since March, and so I'm glad this got pushed. I want to see Tenet, but no, it's not worth my life, and I don't want any of y'all who get press screenings to feel pressured to be like, God, this is my job. And if I don't review this, I'm not going to get the views on my channel. I'm not going to get the clicks on my website. It's
these
crazy.
Studios don't make it easier for people like us to have access to these movies at home because we don't want to risk our lives. And look, Kristian, you know this. It's not like people who review the films are the most hygienic people in the world when you go into a regular situation. So, you know?
Deep 13.
Nice. But
I know they review films now. I know that.
I'm telling you though, I've been in theaters where people are sneezing and coughing all the time, and sometimes you just can't help. You don't understand what you're doing. You can't help yourself, and then people go in there, and it's like you said, Ben, it's like their job, so they're gonna go. If I miss, this is it. Like some people get live on their freelance articles, so they have to cover the movie. And I got a cold, but if I don't, I'm really hurting for the money right now, and I need this article. I'll be careful, and then you can't control yourself. You cough, you push something down. That happens to not be the seat that they sanitized yet. They're going to sanitize it afterwards, but then you got Joey Lewis next to you who's spitting up, and he just touched all the popcorn or whatever the fuck he just did. So it's I don't know.
And there are plenty of people that have quarantined, have only gone out for essentials, and have still gotten it. And they've it's kind of, if you go out, it's kind of easy. It's a lot easier to get, even if you wear a mask. And people don't have access to the official C95 or N95 mask. So
what do you think though? Do you think, because the funny thing is that you notice that a lot of these theaters, it seemed like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but it seemed like a lot of the theaters, the AMCs, and they were waiting to have an announcement of whether or not they were opening until they found out which movies were coming back, right? And so when Mulan and Tenet said, we're gonna push, we're gonna have our release, and we're gonna do it whatever. Mulan was mid-July, and then Tenet was the end of July, and the theaters are that's when we're opening, good, and now they're like, fuck, because now the theaters are just showing Jaws and old things that people are gonna come in to see, but it's Mulan is definitely gonna get pushed back. If I'm Disney for Mulan, one of two things here: either put it on Disney Plus and get some more people in, because what they're working on with Disney Plus now is, when I see them put a movie out on Disney Plus, I think Artemis Fowl, and I go, they were going to do that anyway because the movie was a piece of trash.
Yep.
But if they put Mulan out on Disney Plus, then they show look, we're talking about COVID here. We're trying to get some more subscribers in here. The movie's going to take a loss, obviously, from how much it costs. But I think you'll get a lot of new subscriptions, or at least people keeping their subscriptions to watch Mulan. But If they wanted to come out on the big screen, they want to do that. I think the safe bet for Mulan to get it the eyes that it needs and deserves, you push it till November. But what do you think on that one, RB3? You think they're gonna push?
For Mulan, yeah, they're definitely gonna push. I think that I think probably Disney was waiting for Warner Brothers to see what they were gonna do with Tenet, and if they were still gonna hold that there too. I mean, in the ideal world, it would be a good idea to put it on Disney Plus, but I know there's so much money at risk, like with Disney.
It was like $200 million. So I understand not putting it on there, but it's just like it depends on when they want it to be seen. Do they want it to be seen this year, or can they wait until the end of this year or next year? Because you're gonna lose more money by putting it out in the theater right now. Like if it's supposed to come out, John, right?
Right, but also look, these studios have taken losses before. This is not some kind of like miracle. Oh, we've never lost before. You put out Waterworld, you put out all kinds. There's been all kinds of terrible movies. You spent hundreds of millions of dollars on.
Yeah.
At least with Mulan, if you drop Mulan, you put it in the Disney Plus, you're gonna recoup a lot more money than if you put it out in the theaters now. What you'll lose is the prestige of people seeing this in the theater and what have you. Plus, you'll make more money too. RB and Kristian, you all know this. Carrie, everybody, y'all know this. Like theaters take 30%, 40% of the profit. So it's like,
right.
But I
cut that out and make that money back.
But I do think it will be a different situation for Mulan if it goes to Disney Plus, because Disney Plus is $6.99 a month, as opposed to the $20 stuff that we see for like regular VOD for like Staten Island and all these other movies. So
Oh, I see what you're saying.
they'll still be taking a bigger cut than even those movies would normally be doing. So
can't you make it an exclusive thing where you drop it as a VOD? I don't know.
Wait, RB3, you're saying they'll take a bigger loss?
yeah, I think as opposed to something.
Remember, the difference is this: the difference of what they would be banking on there is yes, like new people come in for $6.99 and get it, but you're keeping them, hopefully crossing fingers, for the rest of the year. So that $6.99 now turns into what, $60, $70, as opposed to, you know what I mean? So it's like if you can get them, if they just pay the $6.99 to jump in for that month and then they leave, then yes, you're right. Then they wind up taking that loss. But if they hook people in and get them to stay. But look, it's still, you're going to get a loss either way here. You're going to get a loss. The question is, are you going to try to hook people in? You're going to get a loss either way if you come out this within the next couple of months. If you come out, now somebody said in the chat, November is probably going to be tough to do because they have Black Widow coming out. So do they want?
Bond.
Well, no, but Disney.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So do they
Competition.
want? Yes, competition. But do they want to do they want to do that? I don't know. Look, before we keep going on to things, I want to let you guys know that we have been doing something really fun the last couple of days, and we're going to continue on today. For the 11 to 12 o'clock hour, we're going to be talking about actors and actresses. You guys pick an actor or an actress, and then you pick your favorite movie that they're in or their best performance, and we'll talk about that. The way you do it is streamlabs.com/theschmoedown. Put in your comments now, and we'll turn the Schmoebot on around 10:30, and you guys can chime in for whatever you want to do. The crew is back, but to be completely honest, we need with this network is run off of donations, and in order to keep the crew as big as it is right now and not scale back, the donations are very much appreciated and needed. So streamlabs.com/theschmoedown. We will have the Schmoebot on in just a little bit here, but start getting those questions in about whatever we're talking about, the movie theaters, whatever you think you want to talk about, in how you think, when you think Tenet's going to come out, when you think Mulan's going to come in, either Streamlabs or Super Chat. We'll get all of that. Anyway, so
thank you for asking, Kristian. My opinion about the theaters
what do you think?
is that you're all a bunch of ignoramuses and you're sheeple who are listening to the government, and it is our God-given right as United States citizens to not wear masks because they prove nothing. So stop spreading lies and get off my internet.
You're absolutely right. When you put it like that,
He just has a pee. Honestly, he just has a pee. That's
Sorry.
all. He just
I'm
needs to pee.
I'm just going to start reading a book now.
Well done.
The art of the deal.
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
No. It was
That would be a great gift.
That'd be amazing. Steve Martin.
the art of the
Yeah,
deal.
Kate, would you, if Mulan came out,
Piss
Kate,
on
would
that
you
boat.
bring your kids to go see just to get out of the house? Would you
No
bring your
chance.
kids
Well,
over?
no, I wouldn't. But I don't think I'm as Kristian seems to be even more on a different level than me. Kristian's mad about other people, like sneezing, coughing, whatever. The only thing anybody can ever control, and this is true when there's a pandemic or not, is yourself. So for me, I know that it is very hard for my one son not to bite his nails. I can't until we can get that taken care of. It's him. Somebody else can cough and we won't get it because we don't necessarily touch it, then deliver it to our mouth, right? It has to be delivered to your hands or to your nose. But for me, I have to look at like our own behavior, and there's no way that the 2-year-old doesn't touch things and put it in his mouth. There's no way that the 5-year-old doesn't bite his nails. Right. So for me, it's about us, and I don't think we are at a place right now.
You have to be offense on a football team. You've got to be blocking these kids, the people from these kids, because they, like you said, they're 2, they're 5, they don't know what they're not paying attention. Wear your mask, and they say, "Fuck you, I'm gonna wipe my ass with it." They don't know. They're like little kids.
Well, I've had to be tough about the masks with them. The kids, you know, like the 2-year-old, like I just tell him, like we'll go home. And that's because we basically Descanso Gardens is a botanical gardens here. We started to be able to go. It's outdoors. You have to wear masks, and you're not around anybody because you're outside, whatever.
Right.
But I tell them, like, if you think that we're going to get to have this special field trip, and you're not going to wear your mask,
right
back
I
home.
will say that my 2.5, as much as I say that, my 2.5-year-old is probably the best out of all of us.
It's a learned. Honestly, that's the thing is like the younger the kids are, you can teach it like it's normal. Like Dickie always says, he's like, our kids don't know that, like, for all they know, this is normal. This happens every 5 years.
That's a yes and no. It's like the positive of that is that that's how you make them wear it. The negative is that that's how they think life is. Like I said, when we went to the beach last week, and like there was a person walking, and my 2.5-year-old goes, "Oh no, a person!" And it's like that's the way they're growing up. It's terrible.
Yeah. But, and then I think it's like even worse because I think in America we've been like so slow to react to a lot of this stuff that where like a lot of the rest of the world is already opening up and like thriving. I know New Zealand has like 0 cases now.
0 cases right now.
Yeah. So it's like the rest of the world is getting to enjoy it and get out. And I'm sure in other markets they're ready to open theaters, but in the United States is because we've been so slow and been so kind of like anti-mask and anti-quarantine that has been lasting longer and longer.
Look, the bottom line is this, and I think everybody knows, this shit ain't going to stop until they get the vaccine out there. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. It's not going to go away from people. Nobody's listening. So
this isn't fucking fantasy land where you're gonna wish it away. This isn't a movie where America's gonna ride in on the cavalry and save the deal. This is some real shit, and people need to listen and understand and put the damn masks on and take care of themselves and stop being obstinate. And I think that you're gonna see people, as this gets worse and worse financially for people, losing money, losing jobs. I think we're going to start to see some real physical interactions with people and attacks and fights in the street. I think that's coming down the road.
I don't know. Either way, I just hope. I mean, I'm just crossing my fingers that there's some kind of medical breakthrough, and the vaccine goes in, and all this shit happens. Because like I think everybody everybody's on edge. Everybody's on edge from everything going on in general.
And that is like the crazy part is that while we don't have a vaccine, like wearing a mask, like just helps prevent it by like 95%, and it's such a simple thing. Like, and people refuse to do it. It's so crazy to me.
Yeah, it's just I
have to say, like, the thing that's so interesting about all of this is like the movie theaters are going through what all of us are going through, right? Like they need their businesses back. We need our lives back. We're all in the same boat here. True. And the truth is that, like, whether you're a corporation, whether you're a family trying to raise kids, whether you're, like, everybody, there's not anybody that's unscathed by this thing, and it's a really hard time. And I sort of feel like if we could find like that similarity to sort of, okay, we got to hunker down just a little bit longer. Like this is I hit a wall the other day. I truly I felt like I'd been doing so great, and the other day I was like, I just felt like I had to answer a survey about kindergarten for my son, and like all of a sudden it hit me like he ended preschool very suddenly on March 13th with no, like, I just had all of this grief sort of flow over me. And everybody's going through it. Like, I'm not unique. Like, and like corporations, whether you like them or not, like they're going through it too. Like, I don't want AMC to go away. I want them to open.
Right. No,
Also, I can't be there when they do.
It's that sense of normalcy we want back. There's no doubt about it. And you're right, Kate. Look, we're definitely all going through it. You know, it's like there's certain things, like same thing. The other day it was just like you try, because you have these distractions that are there, and when those distractions are not there, or they're just for that split second not there, you're like, oh, this is what it is right now. And this is what the world is right now. And you're like, this sucks.
I also think it's hard. It is hard for me to see other people. Like, I don't live by my family, so it's hard to see like my family in Illinois. Illinois is doing great apparently, but like they're getting together. Like, my dad has cancer that's actively growing in his body. Like, I can't get on a plane to go see him because the risk of that is too great. Like, I think that's the other stuff too, is that there's like, I feel like we're isolated here in this hot spot of it, and like I get to see everybody, my family and friends, just behaving normally. It's like an anger thing, but it's truly it's a jealousy thing. Like, I'm just jealous. Like, everybody, like, you know, there was forget all of the things that we had to cancel this year. Forget all the things we didn't get to do as a family, like my son's Legoland trip, like everything. Like, forget all of that. I just haven't seen family in forever.
I know.
Well, I'm doing perfectly fine. I'm always like real even keeled, and you know, like this hasn't made me more scared of being around people and less likely to go outside. I think our biggest stretch was 5 days of not going outside. That's good for children, right?
Yeah. Totally. Well, anyway, as we move on to our next topic here, everybody. Once again, reminder to all that in about 7 to 10 minutes we're going to turn the Schmobot on. But we want to get you guys involved in the conversation in general. If you want to get involved, whether it's Super Chat, streamlabs.com/the Schmodown, and remember, the Schmobot will be on. We want you guys to be involved in the conversation. We're going to have it 11 to 12 o'clock. Basically, you take an actor and tell us your favorite movie by them or favorite performance by them. And then we, as the crew, will discuss your movie and the actor that you have chosen. Moving into the next topic, you know, we, from the Collider Live days and in general, even from the early Schmoes days, we used to have John Hurwitz and Hayden Schlossberg on, who at the time, when we had them on for American Wedding, I believe it was, we had them on, and they were just really, and you know, they also did the Harold and Kumar movies. We had a good relationship with them, and we were pretty thrilled when their show Cobra Kai hit and just was absolutely a juggernaut, right? And so both seasons 1 and 2 beloved by the fan base, and rightfully so. And then there was the question of the YouTube stuff, and it's like, well, YouTube's not doing original content anymore. What's happening? And then there's rumors swirling around. Is Cobra Kai, are they going to cancel it? Are they going to put it somewhere else? And there's no. It's either going to go between like Hulu or Amazon or Netflix. Well, we all know that Netflix got it, and Cobra Kai is moving from YouTube to Netflix. This report comes from Dark Horizons. The show's creator, John Hurwitz, Hayden Schlossberg, and Josh Heald have spoken with IO9 about the shift, and from the sounds of it, they couldn't be happier. Hurwitz reveals that Netflix was extremely interested in the property when it was first offered and were very aggressive at the time to get it. The only reason YouTube ultimately got it is what they guaranteed a full season of the show before a single word of the script had ever been written. Wow.
Yeah, I would go with that deal too.
Yep. 100%. They made Netflix a natural home to pick up the series once YouTube opted to get out of scripted programming and began shedding its few pieces of original content. Schlossberg says they weren't so much worried about landing a new platform for the third season because they were confident it would land somewhere. The concern was where, and we just wanted it to be at the best place, which is Netflix. Asked about the possibility of a fourth season, Hurwitz says they will continue to make the show that we've been making. If there's a little bit more money from Netflix, great. We'll put it on the screen. That'd be awesome. But we're not really concerned with that. I think the greatest element of Netflix for us simply is the ability for fans all over the world to have easier access to the show. The upcoming season will see Daniel LaRusso returning to Japan in order. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bless you.
The upcoming season with Daniel returning to Japan in order to continue to navigate through life without the mentorship of his Karate Kid sensei, Mr. Miyagi. Now, wait a minute. If he goes back to Japan, that means that you're going to see, what's his name? Shoot. What was it? Not Sonnen. What was his name?
Pretty Woman soundtrack.
That's right. No, it was It was the son.
Sato.
Sato.
Thank you. No, Sato wasn't Sato the.
No.
Sato was the bad guy.
Sato was the uncle, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's the uncle.
Was the uncle.
Sato, but the young kid.
Sato's gonna be gone. The kid's name. What was the kid's? What was the?
Oh, I don't remember the kid's name. Good 5 points.
How amazing is it that it's actually safer to go film something in Asia than it is to film it here?
Yeah, but I don't. Did they
now.
film it there?
How could you do Japan and not go to Japan?
I mean, I've filmed a lot of different things somewhere.
They got a robot in the movie now, Kate. We don't have a vaccine, but we got a robot in a whole movie.
John, I'm gonna give you 2 trivia questions here.
All right.
First one's pretty easy. Who directed Karate Kid 1?
John G. Avildsen.
Who directed Karate Kid Part 2?
Rennie Harlan.
Also John G. Avildsen. I did not.
Oh,
know.
wow, really?
Yeah.
I actually knew that one. Nice. I didn't know that one.
Hey,
So-
am I moving around for you guys? Because I'm frozen on my end. Am I moving around?
Yeah, you're moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
His name is Chosen, by the way. Chosen was his name.
Chosen.
So Chosen will show up. I bet you. Chosen will. He'll either be. I hope he's not. I hope that they do kind of the what they were going to do with Mr. T in Rocky Balboa before Mr. T decided he wanted more money. But he was supposed to come. He was supposed to come back and be like kind of more how Tyson got as he got older. Like more kind of peaceful and zen. And I'd like to see Chosen because Chosen was a real what's the word, scumbag.
Yeah.
And he was really on the dark side of things. And I'd like to see him kind of maybe clean his act up, and him, and maybe he helps Daniel out with Miyagi-Do. That'd be awesome. But who knows? Anyway, so they said they're very happy about it, and I think that makes sense, And Kate, like you said, they're offered this deal, and they take the deal to be able to have them do their show, and now they've got all the cards. Like they are able to say as they have that deal, they go in like, oh yeah, we've got a hit show that doesn't have a home, and so Netflix is like, all right, well, what do you guys want from us? Money. Give us money, and you can
That's
have
money on top of money. I mean,
That's
they had money that without writing a word of the series. They had a full season bought. It doesn't happen like that, man. That is not how things work. I'll tell you what, they'll maybe buy a pilot off of you after your 90th draft that you've done for free for them. You know what I mean?
But what they had going for them, obviously, in general, was the IP.
With this IP, totally. But I'm just saying like that.
But it wasn't an IP that everyone's like, oh, that makes sense to do a TV show out of.
Right.
It was an IP that everyone said like, what? Wait, why? Why are you doing that? Like everybody was like, I don't know about that. And then after it's a hit, YouTube was the only one that talking to them about it. When I did my one-on-one with those three guys, it was like you listen to the way that they got into this thing and the way that they did, and the reason why they chose to go to YouTube because of the creativity. They were allowed to basically do. This was their Star Wars. These guys, like this is to them. This is they. And you can tell when you watch it, this show is made with love for the property. They're not just making a show to make, oh, this will be funny here. This is no, this is true to the character. This works for the character. There's little references. I mean, this is a spoiler from season 2. So if you didn't see it, earmuffs. I've warned you. Like, and I'll say that. What I will say, John, is the writing of the body bag scene was so well done. So well done, and so smart that it's like if you're a fan of the original property, you got it. If not, it's just a moment in the show that doesn't take you out of it. It doesn't make you go, wait, I don't get it.
Right.
It's just like
is that what they call an Easter egg?
Kind of, yeah. If you're a diehard,
wink to the fans. Yeah,
it's a big wink to the fans. If you're a big Karate Kid fan, there's a particular thing that happens in season 2, and you go, "Oh my God, that's brilliant what they did there!" And then the person who doesn't know have never really or seen Karate Kid once goes, "What are you talking about?" Yeah. And then you explain to them, and you go, "Oh, all right, that is kind of clever." So, anyway, so I think
also one quick thing. I mean, the scene they have by the campfire for a particular character from the original films who was part of the Cobra Kai.
That's part of it.
That actor actually passed.
I know.
And so it's like it carries even more resonance when you watch that second season if you're a fan of the series.
It really is. I still hope that they get some way or another. They get Dutch to come back.
He keeps referencing on Twitter. He keeps saying never say never, because if he's responding back to them,
he did say no though. They asked him. He did say no, and then we got a chance to talk to to Martin Cove, and he told us about where he knows where Dutch is. He said. Man. Anyway, so before we get into anything else, I want to let everybody know that you can still walk around on the beach as long as you're away from people. You got to walk away from them. You can't be near them, but you can walk away from them. And if you want to walk around when it's super hot and you want to unveil that summer bod, well, guess what? Manscaped, they're here to ensure that your post-quarantine body, or even right now, it's ready for the wild. Don't be that guy at the beach with a big bear rug on your chest. And if you grew some quarantine man tits, at least you can do is make sure those things are hairless. That's right. You don't want to do that. You walk around and it's like, oh, I was walking on the beach and I saw some guy. I was like, oh, look, he's got a clown wig. And it wasn't even a clown wig. I thought he was short at first, but he just had it coming out of his ball bag. And I was like, it's terrible. You don't want to do that. To clean that thing up. Manscaped is dedicated to helping you level up your full body grooming game. They have forever changed the grooming game with their Perfect Package 3.0. And the Perfect Package 3.0 kit, it comes with the Essential Lawnmower 3.0, waterproof, cordless body trimmer, and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your manscaping routine. Talked about that lawnmower. Everybody loves that lawnmower. This is the best trimmer on the market for those of you who need chest shave. This third-generation trimmer features skin-safe technology to reduce manscaping accidents. Someone's going to go over to Mark Ellis's house and use the lawnmower on his hair. His hair right now is something else. Don't give yourself an accidental nipple piercing. Nobody needs that. Not accidental, anyway. You can also adjust settings to get a length that you like, and you can stay on top of it with almost no effort at all. That's it. That's how good this thing is. You can even trim an arrow pointing right to your ball bag. To the promised land, if you're bold enough. You say, this is where it is. Go get it. Be sure to use their crop cleanser to keep your hair and skin healthy. It's an all-in-one formula, so it's good for a healthy chest hair, and it's good for your skin. Inside the Perfect Package, you'll also find Manscaped Crop Preserver. It's an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer, because we know how painful chafing can be. It sucks when you're wearing your bathing suit all day. It's one of the worst feelings in the world, and you just don't want people to leave you alone. But you don't have to worry about people leaving you alone, because you'll have this. You've done this to your nuts already. You'll also find the Crop Reviver. It's a testy toner that's designed to give you a pep in your step. Everybody needs a pep in your step. Subscribe to the Perfect Package, and you will get a new blade refill for your lawnmower trimmer delivered to your door every 3 months. It's perfect. It's good timing. For a limited time, subscribers, you get 2 free gifts. Listen to these gifts. The Shed Travel Bag, which is usually $39 value, and the patented high-performance reduced chafing Manscaped Boxer Briefs. 20% off and free shipping with this code, SEN20 at manscaped.com. Do yourself a favor and use the right tools for the job. 20% off and free shipping with the code SEN20 at manscaped.com. One more time, 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com if you use the code SEN20. Trim your chesticles with the besticles. You like that shit? Me too. You got to do it. Manscaped, I mean, I'm telling you, it is the best. It is the best materials that they have. When they came into our lives, it was amazing. People have been using it a lot too, and I get a lot of Manscaped tags a lot. Kate, have you gotten this for Dickie yet?
No, not yet.
What's it like down there? Is it a forest fire?
It is, and I love it though.
Oh, you like that?
I love it.
But don't you have to? But is it like Christmas? You gotta like.
Kate.
But you're like a predator trying to find Arnold.
No, I can find them. Believe me.
Okay.
She's got like a little machete, just.
It's like Schwarzenegger in the woods.
All right.
Way to back up our sponsor, Kate. Jesus Christ.
Listen, I'll tell you.
I hate it when men shave their balls. Shut
Hey, do you guys like anti-stress medication that we're sponsoring? Go snort some Adderall.
What a rare breed you are, Kate.
I do think I'm a rare breed.
You like Postmates? Nope, I don't wear a mask, and I go get pizza and make it myself. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's cool.
The other day, he's like, "I'll just jump in the shower real quick," and I was like, "Don't." Like I love
muskiness.
I love the funk.
What's that? Dental floss? Nope.
Oh my god. My girlfriend makes me shower before sex. Are you kidding? No way.
No.
Oh man.
I love. I don't know. It's the pheromones or something. I'm like, ugh.
I get that. My wife used to say that I smelled like maple syrup, and she'd like smell me in the morning. The other night she said, "You smell like onions." And I'm like, "Do you want me to?"
Hey,
we're kind of halfway in this already.
I'm telling you right now, Brett, write that one down. That's a stage joke. That's 100% a stage joke.
Kate, today we've got our Mint Mobile sponsor, Kate. Oh no, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with T-Mobile. I'll just say that. I really like my plan. So
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's really working for me.
I gotta let you know. Yeah. Hey, you guys open up the any of those new packages? No. Why not? Because I don't like them. Oh, okay. All right, so we're putting a Schmoebot on now, and I think we had a couple of Schmoebots that came in RB3, so maybe we can replay those.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna send them to replay them right now.
That's an awesome feature that we do now.
Look, let's close out the day strong here, everybody. So really get involved. Streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Get your Schmoebots in there. Get the questions in there because we're going to go through them before we go through some of these other topics, because we do have some other topics that we should still...
JCD Red 2 donated $20. Hot take. Tenet and other big releases should just push to next year. Even if the film releases this year, it won't make the money they expect it to. Instead, studios should just re-release classics as a soft reopen. They should make folks comfortable first.
Yeah, I don't think it's a hot take, to be honest with you. I think that it is. I bet you that if you polled a lot of people... a lot of people would say just move it to next year because
I think they're being ironic when they say hot take.
Oh,
yeah, maybe.
I think if you say a hot take, it's not a hot take. We're heels.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it hasn't been 5 minutes and someone said that shit.
Actually, been 38. So
76 donated $20.
Hi.
Now I have a topic suggestion for the show. What movie have you seen first on TV that you wish you would have seen in the theater first?
Oh.
For me, it would be The Good Boys. A theater full of laughter from start to finish would have been glorious.
Yeah, that's a good one. We could save that topic for maybe next week because we're still doing favorite actors, actresses, and a movie that you like for them, and whether or not maybe we covered it, maybe we didn't cover it, but we can still talk about it. But we'll talk about that other one, the TV one. That's a good one. We can bring that
put
up.
it on the list.
Put it on the list.
Did we want to answer it and then?
We'll think about it. We'll come back to it. Okay. I want to go back to this article. There's this article.
Dunlap donated $20.
Okay.
I personally think Tenet is waiting for LA and NYC to fully open. I don't agree with that, but that is my hunch. I'm a movie theater manager, and as much as I want to get back to work, but I don't want it to be at the expense of the public getting worse.
Hunch. That's literally in the Variety article. That's not a hunch. That's what everyone's reporting.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think though that if I was Warner Brothers, and like you said, John, I think it's probably Nolan wants this movie to come out. He wants people to see it. If I'm Warner Brothers, even though you don't want to piss off your golden boy, you gotta tell him, look, man, this is a bigger risk for us. Not only for the obvious health reasons, but the other thing is, dude, if we're polling people right now and a lot of people aren't comfortable, we're gonna lose a lot of that audience that wants to see it. Look, I'm a massive Nolan fan. I would if I missed my screening, I'm still going to buy a ticket. I probably go, even if I saw the screening, I'd probably go see it again the same way that I did with all his other movies, because I think he's one of the most brilliant filmmakers out there, and he's creative. He's different. His stories are different. I look forward to his movies like I do Tarantino movies, right? So I really want to see the film. I'm not going to the theater. I'm not going. If someone sends me the screening, I'm not going, and I'm certainly not paying money for it, and I'm not taking my wife, whoever it takes her right there. That's like $40. And if more people feel like I do, which I believe that there are, then that's going to be a chunk of change. Now, will it make no money? Will it bomb? Of course not. People will go, and they will go see it. But if you're Warner Brothers, you're going to go, we're taking out a percentage. Even if that percentage is 10%, that's a hit. That's a hit. If it's 20%, it's a massive hit. If it's 30%, then we're starting to get into some problems. And it's like, either do it at the end of the year, move one of these other movies, or move it to next year. Nolan, you make the decision. It is really silly to come out in July or August. Silly. All right, so to jump into the next.
Also, thanks to that guy who works who's a movie theater manager.
Yes.
Is considerate of.
Yeah.
That's hard. That is hard.
Well, that's the biggest thing, though. Is you can't blame the workers. I read this whole thing from a restaurant worker who had wrote this thing. Like he didn't want to go back to work. He didn't want to go back to work, or it might have been a sheet, to be honest, too. I don't know. It was a restaurant worker, and they didn't want to go back to work, but they did because they need to make money, because no one's helping them, and they need to make money.
Hotel Turd donated $20. Hotel Turd here. Know what word is fun? Titular. Say it with me, titular.
It
Gotta
is.
have the right bravado to support your titular characters. Also
true.
duty. Huh? Titular duty starring Hotel Dirt. Which titular characters / roles can you name off the top of your dome?
Austin Powers.
Yeah. Shout out when I said yesterday, Blue Jasmine.
James Bond, and titular character means like the title of the movie, right?
Rob
Yeah.
Roy, Michael Collins.
Oh, I knew that.
The assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
No, I still have never seen that movie.
What?
Oh,
Christian,
so good, Christian.
I know. I got to see it, and it's also.
Michael Clayton.
you can't
Yep.
call any more of my matches.
I remember.
JFK.
I don't know shit.
Lincoln. Lincoln.
Lincoln.
There you go. Ralph Biscuits and the three.
Captain America,
Shaft.
Captain Marvel, Iron
Indiana
Man.
Jones and the Last Crusade.
He
I'm just gonna
said,
take all the. I'm just gonna take all the comic book
Listen,
movies and make it easy.
$20. This is obviously a huge duck given the recent spikes in COVID-19 cases, particularly here in my home of Houston, Texas. Wear
Yeah.
your damn masks, people. Looking forward to seeing Oyama versus Ellis in 2 later today.
Yeah,
Stay
man.
safe, you all.
That's titular.
Speaking of that, you got two matches up right now. You got Zipper and Emily Rose Jacobson. That's on the channel. You can watch that now. The Intergeekdom match, and then today the first Intergeekdom match between Paul Oyama and Chance Ellsworth.
what time is that? What time is that happening at, Christian?
3 p.m. on this channel, PST. 3 p.m. PST.
Hey, so it
Three.
doesn't conflict with our show.
No, well, remember, your show's on Patreon, too, so you got to be on patreon.com/SEN Live. You guys can go and get Kate, and if you're at the $10 level, you can see Kate and Brett's show. Every week, they do a show, and they invite you guys in, ask some questions, and do some stuff. It's a lot of fun. So that's on at what time?
It's at 1:30, from 1:30 to 2:30. Today we're doing a watch-along for the knockoff movie, The Amazing Bulk.
Yes.
That's fun.
You're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah.
But let's look real quick, going back to this, a few more stories before we get into our topic today. This is again from Dark Horizons. With Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker wrapping up the sequel trilogy of the 9-film Skywalker saga, it's expected those adventures in a galaxy far, far away will shift to different time periods and all new characters in the future. That would appear to suit the cast of the recent trilogy fine. With all having expressed a desire to move on, Oscar Isaac once again reiterated his wish to the other day, the actor telling Deadline he doesn't see himself returning to the role of Poe Dameron. Asked if he was done, he replied with a jestful probably, but who knows, if I need another house or something. Nice.
Oof.
Yeah,
Don't love that answer.
Mark Hamill seems to be done as well. It was recently revealed Hamill voiced the Mos Eisley droid EV-9D9 in the first season of The Mandalorian, and subsequently, the actor revealed on social he is vocally represented in all the Star Wars films except the prequels. Business Insider indicates in The Last Jedi, he put on a mocap suit to play the monocled Canto bright alien Dobosque, who mistakes BB-8 for a slot machine. Yeah, we knew that. In The Rise of Skywalker, he voiced Green... You didn't know that? Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's cool.
In Rise of Skywalker, he voiced green horned alien Bulio, who gives the Resistance crucial information at the film's start. Hamill also has voice roles in The Force Awakens, Solo, A Star Wars Story, and Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, but it's not clear which parts he played. I think BS on... Well, not BS, because I think Oscar Isaac answered the same way that I would answer if someone said, do you think he's done? And I said, well, they offer him enough money, he'll come back. So he pretty much just said the same thing. Mark Hamill, I think, same. Just you have to find the right thing for him. Is he going to come back as Luke Skywalker? Probably not. Will he come back as another voice or a droid or something? Probably. But look, this is, regardless of what you think of the sequel trilogy, right? And Daisy Ridley has said it. It is clear whether you love the new trilogy or hate the new trilogy, you cannot deny that the fan base imploded after Last Jedi, and it made the experience less fun for everyone. It made it less fun obviously for fans, but it really made it less fun for, like, Daisy Ridley. When she had some interviews, she said, I don't understand what happened. They treated us like rock stars and they loved us, but it was like the amount of hate and comments and disgust that I had seen after, The Last Jedi and this movie, it's like it's not fun for them. So if I'm Oscar Isaac, I'm
Samir donated $25. Hey, Kate, I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
That's awesome.
that was pretty good.
But Christian, is sure if I want another house doesn't that sound dickish to you?
Yes, it does.
There's a different way to say, or then do you want something that's made just because people want more money? I mean, like that's
there's no doubt about it that it's a shitty way to say it, but it's also that's why I bring up the fact that like these people are over it.
Yeah,
they were over it. Like to them, it's like this. It was they got hired on the Star Wars.
Francisco Ramirez donated $20. Maybe it's because I'm Puerto Rican, but Benicio del Toro's performance in Sicario made for one of the most intimidating characters of recent memory. He should have at the very least been nominated for an Oscar for that role.
The fucking movie should have been nominated for Best Picture. What do you think?
Oh shit! Yeah. I'm with you on that one. That movie
is so good.
First one good. Second one,
it's okay.
It's all right. It gets really silly at the end, though, John.
Yes, it does. Which angered me to no end.
Really silly. But the first movie is a genius film. Yeah. It is a genius film that gets.
It's Villeneuve.
It's so and Deakins.
Yes, and Deakins.
Deakins, dude. It is so damn good. I love that movie.
Let me interpret as a Latino what Oscar was saying. Brett Sheridan. When he says, if I need another house, what he's saying is this shit is beneath me. I did it for fun, and I'm not proud of being a part of it necessarily. And if the right director came along who was maybe had independent film roots, then I would do it. But where it stands right now and how Disney approached this thing to sell toys, I don't 100% need to value this thing in my life.
Wow,
that probably would have been a better way to say it.
Yeah, well, true.
Then make people who don't own houses feel like dog shit.
Well, this is about you.
I'm just saying. No, I mean, there's a lot of us out there. There's a lot of us out here.
You chose to live in this damn city. You could buy a house in Arkansas, I'm sure.
I'll tell you what, nothing is better than when RB3 goes off because of something Brett says. And his chair.
I did not expect the conversation to go that way.
But I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's.
But I was gonna say. I mean, I feel like if anybody in the new cast can say that, it's definitely Oscar Isaac. I mean, I feel like Oscar Isaac is an Oscar-worthy actor. I feel like you can kind of even see it in like Rise of Skywalker. He kind of feels like he's wasting his time. You know what I mean?
Of course he is.
And I'm sure he wants to do more movies with Villeneuve and Alex Garland and all these other top-tier directors. And I think just for him being stuck on a Star Wars set where it's not where. And when he's on set, is not a great experience acting wise, and when he gets home and reads the comments and the tweets, it's not an experience as a fan. So
I'm telling you, dude, I remember I had the opportunity for Fandango, I interviewed the cast for Force Awakens. Now that was the last one, and the excitement on all of their faces, and Oscar Isaac included, it was there, and it wasn't like, oh, he's a good actor. No, you can tell he was genuinely excited to be in it. It was people who were worn down, and like I'm telling you, I remember being on, remembering when we reviewed Man of Steel the first time, and I really enjoyed the movie. Ellis did not, and it was the first time I ever saw a fan base at all come after Ellis. So we're very used to it now, the way that the internet is. But it was the first time being at Schmoes that I remember. Wow, they really. I mean, this was something else. And then unfairly, it was like, oh, I guess it's just DC fans. Well, then Marvel fans started doing it, and then watching. And then I'm like, well, Star Wars. I remember being on Jedi Council. Going, well, Star Wars is the only pure fan base now. I'm like, they love it. It's all about fun, and it's all love. And then I was like. Force Awakens comes out. A couple people saying it's a rehash, but it's still the positivity and the love. It's still out there. Rogue One comes out, all the reshoots, everything still out there. Yeah, people still love it. Last Jedi hits, and I'm not saying about the movie itself. You can love the movie or hate the movie, but you cannot argue that after that movie, that's when it was like a nuclear bomb went off inside of the franchise, inside of the fan base, and it turned into two political parties, which was crazy. And so never thought Star Wars could be, and it did, and it just became, and it's one of the reasons I told you guys I ceased to enjoy doing Jedi Council because it became less fun. It wasn't fun anymore. It became like a job to try to like, oh well, I don't like if I don't like something and I say it, then people think that I'm being too negative. So when you spread the positivity, and then if the other side of it is if you're being positive, then you're being a shill or whatever it might be. So that's just talking about it as a fan. That's a small thing. Imagine being in the movies. Imagine being whether it's Daisy Ridley.
Kelly Marie Tran.
Yeah.
Like she was like crying on the red carpet, and she was like, "I'm in a Star Wars movie. People like, do you get this?"
Yep.
And then she got bullied off of all social media because people didn't like the character.
Well, yeah, because and then it's
As
like
if she wrote the character. It's
Exactly,
crazy
like-
thing, right?
yeah, because you can't. Because same thing. You can't. It's like it's one of these things you can't. Because you don't know if you like a movie. Because, for example, if you liked Last Jedi, you were a shill. If you liked, if you liked, what was it? The other one, Rise of Skywalker. Then then you're like, well, you like bad movies, and Ryan Johnson made the right film, and this is more Star Wars. And it's you. Why can't you like what you like? And it's the same thing in general with all these movies. But that's just not the way it goes. It's just not the way it goes. But anyway, so the point is that if you're in these movies and you're Oscar Isaac, and you're watching and you're watching all this stuff, and you're just like, oh, dude, I'm on Last Jedi. I just finished it up. I saw everybody. I was proud of it. I liked what I did in it. People didn't. Yeah. I'm just gonna fucking shoot Rise of Skywalker, and then I'm done with this shit. You know, that's what I got. That's what I got from his comments. But who knows?
Yeah, I definitely get like it is kind of like a dickish comment. Like, I'll just get another house. But
it's a dickish way to say it.
It is. But he's just like, you know what, like. It's really only good for a paycheck, and you see what Disney's done with directors, like bringing them in, directors that they can kind of control, and then when they can't, they fire them. So it's like, okay.
Yep. All right. So this is the last story that we're going to talk about until we move into our topic. So remember, guys, Streamlabs.com. What's up, Arbitrary?
Oh, sorry. We still have one more SCHMOEBOT that wasn't played yet.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, for sure. Let me go ahead and play that right now. This is from Rena PJ. Or JP. Rena JP. Oop, there we go.
Rena JP coming in hot. What is Rena JP gonna say? I'm gonna keep singing until RB3 plays it.
Bojack's donated $20. Can I get by doing well? Actually, indignant white man saying why he thinks it's safe to go back to the theaters.
Go ahead, Arby.
Oh, I like that. Robai, because they did I.
Yeah. That wasn't.
Underscore JP donated $20.
This was the one.
Hello, here in Japan, masks are part of the culture as a common courtesy to others while sick. More
Right.
cases we found in the USA yesterday than the entire epidemic length in Japan. Wear a mask, respect social distance, and things will get back to normal.
Number one, USA, number one. Suck it,
You don't tell me to wear a mask. You're messing with my God-given right to breathe. God put a breathing apparatus in my body. You have no right to tell me to wear a mask. I'm intelligent. Just because I can't balance my checkbook.
Yeah.
Well, actually, with the movie theaters opening back up in the mask, it just really, it's all really something that's really particular to the, analytics of the way we handle the situations. I mean, personally, I think we got to respect the craft of the movie-going experience, and we really got to start internalizing and vocalizing. I got a robot cutting me
the
off.
Critical Role fan base could exceed the fan base of Star Wars because it's more inclusive and mostly welcome of all diversity with love from fans all over the world. The ones who hate Star Wars more are Star Wars fans themselves.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, well,
I didn't hear the first part. I was still laughing at RB3.
Sorry, but real quick before we go to Tim Sim, that has by far surpassed any character on the show. I'm sorry. That is like
RB3 slam poetry, indignant white man.
Oh God, it's so
really,
good.
it's
The analytics.
Actually,
you looking, you really starting piecing together the circumstances. It's just something so unique.
It's different every time, and that's what makes it so good.
I got all types of white people I'm pulling from. You know what I mean? Like,
at least you're not pulling from me. I have to be honest with you. If you're gonna go to a movie theater, go on in and say, "Hi, everybody. Let's eat some popcorn." And if you're gonna have some tea, then have it with style. Wear a mask on your ball bag. That's right. And if you're gonna do it, use the lawnmower 3.0. All right, mustard. Let's don't be silly. Lemon, that's different.
I did see they're making masks that have little straw holes.
Oh, good for you.
Or for cigarettes too, I guess.
Tiffany Stash long donated
Or for
$20.
micro penises.
Christian, please tell Goddard how wrong he is about Hook. It's the best Peter Pan movie ever made.
I don't like Hook either.
I don't think Rocha likes it either, right?
Yeah, I don't like Hook. Yeah.
Rocha's 70, so
Wow.
he's 40 years old.
And
that's the thing is, that's not my. I knew Peter Pan. That's not
Can we have Schwarzenegger, Irish Rocha, and drunk Brett scolding RB3's indignant white man for not wearing a mask?
Yeah, we'll do that at the end. We'll do that at the end. But Ben, you don't like Hook?
It doesn't hold up for me. It's so long. The first half of Robin Williams being a dick, it just brings you down so hard.
Man, I love that.
I love that movie too.
It's really good. Yeah, really big fan of it.
Can we not skip over the micro joke that Kate made? Because that was
For straws, cigarettes, or micro penises. Little flap right
There you
there.
go, perfect. You know what I watched the other day? Speaking of impressions that we all do,
The RCR Crest donated $20. Hey, all just doing a wellness check. Hope you all are well. I live in Orlando, Florida, and I feel like I'm that meme with the dog sitting in a burning room saying this is fine. We're the only county in Florida with a mandatory mask policy. Stay safe, all.
That's good.
You too, stay safe.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
my co-host for Strong Style, the wrestling show I do, Aaron Turner. He is you know him, right, Christian? He's down in Orlando. I'm always worried because he works on the front line of this stuff, and they finally sent them home to work from home, and it's always a concern of mine that he's going to get something, man, because it's hopping up down there in Orlando.
Yeah, Andrew and Nikki DeMolante live in Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
She mostly works from home, but occasionally she's got to go into the office. So yeah, it's not good.
Got a kid too.
Yeah. So what's the? But anyway, you know what I saw on Instagram. I saw that Sebastian had posted his first special from like 2007. And Kate, I don't know. I mean, back in the day, I don't know if you remember because Sebastian would come around a lot, but like at the Comedy Store and so that's when Sebastian was really popping around.
I missed him completely.
Okay, so Sebastian, obviously coming up with Sebastian and doing shows with him, but I remember so much of the stuff that I remember was the stuff that he performed that got him over, and he this special was all of that stuff, and I one of my favorite jokes is he's like, you ever going to the clubs these days and you're walking in and the stuff that they have on, it's like porn star, and they won't even talk to you. He's like the stuff they watch. He's like, I don't want to talk to you. I can see your asshole. It was the stuff that he did about Ross Dress for Less and all that. He goes sometimes when you walk in and you think, he's like, originally $72, now $1. he's like, and you don't know why. He's like, the box, they got to tape it up. He's like, you don't even know what you're getting. You go home, I open it up, forks. It's so fucking good. It's on Amazon Prime right now. It's
oh my God, you and I by the way have to we'll have to off the air talk about what's going on with Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Way to low key slip that in, Kate.
Well,
Jesus
I thought
Christ.
that's what he said 2007 because we used to go up with Aaliyah all the time in room 5.
Yeah. I don't know enough about, all I said, like with that, it's just a matter of like, it's just, I echo what like Santino and Bobby Lee and those guys have been saying. It's the same thing. If he doesn't look good, and if he's done what they say he's done, he's got to go down for it. Got to go down for it. So it's like, but I also want to see.
I mean, this is what I will say about it as a woman is that he maybe didn't know the ages of those girls in some cases.
Right.
Okay. But does he need to look at himself for using his position of power?
Oh shit! Yeah. I'm sure. But again,
that's at the end of the day. I'm not saying that's
Mark
illegal.
Ellis has asked me about the Schmoedown community due to support my sister with breast cancer. I can't speak for her. She doesn't like the attention. If you would like to donate to Susan G. Komen or the American Cancer Society in honor of a loved one.
Thank you for that. We'll reread that for sure. Towards the top. So we'll in RB3. Maybe if you replayed that again, would it pop up like the actual text?
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Let's do that so we get some more love there. Thank you for that for sure. Anyway, so let's move on here now at streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Oh, last story. There's actually one more story I wanted to go into. Chiwetel Ejiofor has confirmed he's going to reprise the role of Carl Mordo in the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The character was last seen in a post-credits sequence turning to villainy, stealing the mystical energy that Jonathan Pangborn, who played by Benjamin Brett, was used no longer to be paraplegic. Mordo then claims the Earth has too many sorcerers. Mordo hasn't appeared or been mentioned in any subsequent films, but Ejiofor tells comicbook.com that all will be revealed in the Sam Raimi-directed follow-up. Ejiofor is very happy with Raimi's involvement. He's coming on. I'm very excited about that. Obviously, we've been sort of interrupted as the whole world has been in the pandemic, but hopefully we are back on track with that and continuing quite soon. So I'm very excited about it. Look, this is something I think that you kind of had to bring them back. They opened it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, like especially with that tease, it was great.
Yeah, they opened that up. So I'm excited that he's back. By the way, because he's just such a great actor overall.
How do you say his name?
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah.
How, like, if that's the answer in a Schmoedown, how accurate does the spelling need to be?
You gotta spell it. You gotta spell it. It's been handed out now. You gotta spell it. So
that's an idiot comment.
Don't put ph for the F.
There's no that has nothing to do with it. I love how you're like this stupid Finstock exchange narrative that you have now.
Just bust your balls. Relax.
I hope I can't wait.
Actually, the way it's spelled. Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Speaking of which, July 31st, to let everybody know that we're aiming for it. We're aiming for it. It's not confirmed. Yes, I am. Did you ask me to do something for you, and now I'm not going to do that. So July 31st, John Rocha and Ethan Irwin are going to have their #1 contender match. We're looking for it, and it'll be $10 patrons will get it. It'll also be available through the schmoedownlive.com, and then it'll air the following week. So,
but John, keep trolling Kristian so you don't get that match. It'll be like August 31st, and then September, and then November, and then January.
You can Nolan
2nd.
this match until next year.
That's right. So we're looking to do. So that's what we're looking for. So once again, it'll be. If you're a $10 patron, you'll get it on the 31st. If we indeed lock it down, it's not locked down for sure, but that's what we're aiming for. And then we're going to look to put in a whole bunch of pay-per-view kind of fun matches that will air one week, and then the following week will be on YouTube. So to let everybody know, there's going to be a lot of them. We have a lot of really great matches kind of coming down the pike here too. So Rocha will not be in that match anymore, though.
No.
Yes. Rocha is the tenant of Schmoedown.
John Kaiser and Kevin Smets texted me last night. Like, do you need help for this match? Do you need help to prep for this match? And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Oh, so you're confirming there's interleague conspiracies.
You worry about your intergeekdom matches. You leave my.
I'm just saying, you're complaining about this and that and spelling, and then
Who's complaining?
By the way, don't forget everybody that there are a bunch of intergeekdom matches. We're in the first round here, so please go and check out.
Especially watch today's intergeekdom match with Paulo Yama, where he's going to dominate Chance Ellison. That's why Swag Squad Drip is going to be great.
Yeah,
y'all really got to get a new saying, man. Drip.
Hey, well, dripping wins on y'all, man. That's what keeps happening. We're dripping our way to #1.
God.
Darth Javo can suck a cock. All right, ready? Going to the next one. Let's see. We're going to the next story here. I think that are there any more?
The only thing I saw, which was cancer? Like, are we gonna replay the?
Oh yes. Let's do that.
Sure, I could do that. Give me 1 second, y'all.
Well, real quick, while RBT, you got it, or we can keep going, or
do my knees look like my boobs right now?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Look at that. They're so far apart.
Yeah, that was great.
Okay, here it should be replaying right about now. Oh, sorry, y'all. Streamlabs will be taking a second.
Jenny donated $20. Mark Ellis has asked me what the Schmoedown community do to support my sister with breast cancer. I can't speak for her. She doesn't like the attention. If you would like to donate to Susan G. Komen or the American Cancer Society in honor of a loved one.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Thank you once again. And so to let everybody know, once again, we're going to start into this conversation here. Put in your favorite actors or actresses a movie that they've done that you love, that you think is either your favorite or their best performance. Either way, let's get that conversation going. But we're going to start with it. And you don't necessarily have to just be part of that conversation. If you want anything we talked about here today, from Ejiofor being back in Doctor Strange to any of the comments we made about Oscar Isaac and theaters opening, Tenet, any of that stuff, you can chime in here today. We have almost an hour, a little less than an hour left for the rest of the show for this week. So go ahead and start chiming in. Ben, what's our first one here today?
And we are at 264 likes, guys. There's over 900 people watching. We always try and get to at least 500 likes, so make sure you guys are liking the video. It helps so much. Starting with Nike 32 from yesterday. Hey guys, so about a year ago, my girlfriend and me was out walking and are
you going away from your microphone?
No, I'm right here.
No, because you were I couldn't hear you because you were
okay. So I'll put it right here. So we finished with not fighting.
$20. Hey gang, happy Friday. First, some trivia. Karate Kid 2 was filmed in Hawaii for the Okinawa. Bryan Cranston is one of my favorite actors, and I think without question his best performance is Walter White. You see a downfall from teacher to a kingpin.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Which one was that? I
Bryan Cranston, they said his best performance was Walter White in Breaking Bad.
Well, yes, in a TV show for sure. The question is for movies.
Argo.
I heard Trumbo was good.
Trumbo was pretty. I was going to say Trumbo.
Yeah.
Trumbo was pretty damn good.
Who was good as Lyndon Johnson? I forget the name of that.
Right.
Was it,
Oh yeah, all the way on HBO.
All the way, yeah.
It's a movie.
He was good.
That's a good one.
It is crazy though, like of how good he was in Breaking Bad, and then he just hasn't gotten that. I know he was nominated for Trumbo, so that is like a good role. But he hasn't. Like I know he played the villain in Total Recall, the remake, and that wasn't very good.
All right.
It's just crazy how he just hasn't gotten that movie role that he got in Breaking Bad. Like,
well, remember the big rumor is that he was going to be Lex Luthor. Everyone thought it was right after Breaking Bad, so everyone's like, yeah, he should be. And then they went super young with Jesse Eisenberg, but like that was a big rumor for a while, and everyone thought it would have been a great call. So
Samir donated $20. Hey Ben Goddard, Swag Squad, Drip Drip. Drip drip, drip drip, drip drip, drip drip, drip drip, drip drip, drip drip.
There you go.
Hi.
Very nice.
is it safe?
All right, what's the next one?
Samir with the Schmobot. Sir Lord Attenbow. Hey all. I'm starting to side with those who feel it irresponsible for theaters and studios to release movies in theaters. These are not life-changing events that need to happen. Give folks the choice to watch these films on VOD or don't release it at all. I agree. Darth Wayne. Yesterday theaters reopened in Sweden, and me and my brother went and saw Empire Strikes Back. Epic night. Felt so good being back in the theater again. Tomorrow we are going back to watch The Dark Knight, and on Saturday it's Inception. Hyped for Tenet. Wow, that's great. It's a great lineup for theaters.
I mean, but this is in Sweden.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
So I'd go to Sweden tomorrow, and it's so funny. It's like people are like, I want to go to New Zealand. You're like, good luck.
Yeah.
It's the reason they have 0 cases. They don't let anybody fucking go to New Zealand.
Yeah.
That waiting list is a little long.
Oh man, if I ever wanted a teleporter, now is the time.
Cool Cat 88 with the Schmobot. Sir Lord Attenborough's back. If you had to bet your own hard cash on which sports league has the most successful return to play transition this year, which would you pick?
Dick_Pants donated $25. Hey gang, I'm a big fan of Aaron Eckhart. He is truly an unrated actor. My favorite performance of his is Thank You for Smoking. He was great. And hi Brett. Let's get ready to kick some puppy.
So by the way,
no,
that's not what. That's not.
I know, but like, what a terrible substitute.
So Aaron Eckhart, although Thank You for Smoking, Thank You for Smoking is great.
Dwain donated $20. Hey guys, how y'all doing? But he not my favorite actor, but Lakeith Stanfield is started to be a guy I love to watch, and thing a actress I love watching is Viola Davis. Everything she give it 100%. I first noticed her in the movie The Help.
Yeah, I mean The Help. She's really great in that movie.
Lakeith Stanfield is unbelievable.
Lakeith Stanfield was really great in Selma.
Yeah, he was great.
He's really great in Get Out.
Yeah, he's great in Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
versatile. You know what he is? He reminds me of like like a Philip Seymour Hoffman type, where like he can play that goofy guy in Atlanta. He's got a range that's like you don't know it's him. You're like,
so
oh,
the thing with Lakeith Stanfield is going to be he's one of those guys. He's like next level superstar. That
Daniel Haga donated $20. Hugh Jackman as Jean Valjean in Tom Hooper's Les Mis really got me when I was first breaking into theater. Too bad that Wolverine never had a singing power. Also, I'm sad that the COVID is speeding up the death of movie theaters.
Yeah, it definitely is. There's no doubt about it.
I don't think
to go back to Lakeith Stanfield. So he the thing is with him is like he's like you can tell he's next level superstar. He's right now people are like inside of the industry, everyone's aware of him. Everyone knows what he's been doing, and everyone knows now. Like he's starting to become that name that people start to bring up for the big roles, right? I think that he is a year or two away from getting one of those massive roles, especially, and he'd probably be a lot closer to it had it not been for like COVID, obviously. But like he's a year or two away from a massive role to where he's going to be a household name. He's that good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So were you going to say, Ben, about the theaters?
I just don't think they're gonna die. Like, I mean, obviously, with COVID, something might happen that's out of their control. But everyone's talking about the death of theaters. Meanwhile, we have every single Streamlab is about, oh man, I can't wait to go back to theaters. Like, people are dying to get back in the movie theater.
Well, yeah, but what people are saying, though, the reason why that is yes, people are dying to get back and people want to go. But the problem is, like any business, how long can you take hits? Every month with rent.
Yeah.
Like, so for example, it's like my one of the things that my kid goes to had to shut down because in the middle of this pandemic, where the rent was for them to keep this studio going, they were like, okay, well, the people who, this was a really shitty thing, the people who own the building said, okay, well, we need you to sign a 3-year contract right now to keep you in. Plus, we're going to raise the rent by 40%. And it's like, and they're like, well, we can't do right now. Like we lost like almost half our client base. Like you got to let us come back. And like, no, we can't do that. So, and in my head, I'm going, well, who else is going to rent space out right now to do that? But you look at a theater, and you're taking hits like that every single day. You're taking hits of losing money.
And it's not just losing millions; it's losing billions, like hundreds of billions. That's at the line here.
Because there's no movies coming out, and it's not. It doesn't. You can open up all day long and put Jaws and Back to the Future into the theater, but that's not going to get mass people and all that money back into the theater that you're losing every day because you need those $100 million opening weekends to where they can sell their popcorn and they can sell the sodas and they can do it. They're not selling shit right now. So yeah, Ben, of course people want to go back, but it's a matter of like how much loss, like, you know what I mean? Like what are they going to do? Because AMC was already in trouble before the COVID was happening.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying is like obviously with the COVID, theaters might go by the wayside just because like they can't. But like people have been talking about the death of theaters for so long.
Definitely, yeah.
But I never agreed with that.
By the way, I do want to say I think John Rocha is still now.
Oh
No,
yeah,
he's
How do you feel about that, Rocha?
he's on a call.
Oh, he's on a go.
But yeah, I think like what COVID did, I mean, as you see, like the U.S. economy is kind of like falling apart, and it was already falling apart to begin with, and it just kind of really sped things up like 10 times. I think that's the same thing with movie theaters. Movie theaters are already on their way out, already dying, and then it just sped it up 10, 20 times over. So I hope there's a chance, but I really don't see a future where we're gonna see theaters for more than like 5 more years, unless it turns into the Spielberg thing where we're paying $90 a ticket and we're seeing it like an opera house.
Well, here's the other thing. Don't forget about that rule that came out that Congress passed or whoever passed, that studios can buy movie theaters. Yeah. Studios can now own movie theaters because that wasn't a thing for a long time. Studios can do that. So studios can, like you said, RBT, let's say that the Regals and the Alamos, and I don't think that'll happen, but let's say it does. Let's say in 5 years, they all potentially go out of business. Now, if you're Disney or if you're, any of these other studios or Paramount that says, we're going to buy a theater, and guess what? So this particular theater is going to play our big blockbusters. So we're going to spend X amount of money to do that. And then now they get all the concessions. They get everything. They get everything that comes into it. Then they can make a profit on it. And then they don't have to put the smaller movies. They can make movies especially for their platform, and then same thing for these movies, and it's not Fox Searchlight anymore, but you know what I'm saying? Like the smaller movies can now make movies just for streaming, and then the big blockbuster movies can go directly into the studio's theaters. That's something that potentially could happen. I don't know.
Do you think that could kill the other theaters in the regards that they could sell the concessions for less and they could make the tickets less? I mean, that's
I think it will not only kill theaters. I think it will kill independent cinema. I think it will kill medium budget movies being made, because if Disney could just have a movie theater that's just playing Marvel and Star Wars and all the Pixar, then there's no way that something from a Neon or an A24 is going to have a shot at one of those theaters. So
not the theaters, but it doesn't mean that A24 can't make movies specifically and get paid more money from like Netflix to make these movies.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Are we, like you get those movies, even though they will probably start becoming more streaming movies, and they'll start getting more money, because that's where a lot of these movies get seen now anyway. Like from the general public, like of course, like people in our industry go and see these things right away, but like the general audience, like you bring up The Witch. I can't remember my friend the other day from New York. He's like, I saw this movie I never heard of before called The Witch, and I just popped up, and it was really crazy. It's creepy. I never heard about it before, and it's like that's how a lot of the audience, mainstream audience, finds movies. And if they start to get promoted from Amazon and Hulu and Netflix, you have a better chance for them to be seen that way than you do putting them in a few selected theaters.
Yeah, you have so many people like just now discovering Uncut Gems because it just came on Netflix a few weeks ago. Yeah. So they're like, oh yeah, have you guys seen this crazy Adam Sandler movie?
Flush your toilets, people. I have way too much work out here. I would like to go back to laying pipe someday.
Say your local turd herder.
All right, let's get to the next comment. Okay. Again, guys, just a reminder, streamlabs.com/SCHMOEBOTS. Let's try to end the week big here. Whether SCHMOEBOTS, Super Chats, whatever you want to do, streamlabs.com. Let's get the conversation started about the actors or actresses.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got?
If you had to bet your own hard cash on which sports league has the most successful return to play transition this year, which would you pick? I'd bet my money on the NBA at this point. I don't think the NFL will happen this year, in my opinion.
You got to give it to baseball, right?
I was going to say baseball because it has the longest season.
Well, it's 60 games now.
I know, but still, it's still more than.
But it should be baseball because it's the most socially distant sport, but they can't get the shit together.
Yeah. Well, I think that they will, but the fact is that like it is a social. The fact of how spread out people are in general,
and it's outdoors.
And it's outdoors. I mean, well, a lot of the sports are outdoors, but this particular one, I mean. And I hate to say it as much as like UFC UFC hasn't had any cases yet, right?
I don't think so.
No, but they went smart and they just literally brought an entire island and like put everybody on this island to fight. So they went a really smart route with it. I don't think there's a lot of companies that have like the kind of bandwidth and capacity to do that, especially because
Alex Bat donated $20. Hey guys, Alex from Sydney here. Adam Sandler is one of my favorite actors, and my favorite performance of his is in Reign Over Maine. It really shows the range he has as an actor. It's such a heartbreaking portrayal of a man dealing with grief.
Yes, he is great in that movie. I watched that movie not too long ago, Reign Over Me. It's and Don Cheadle should also be. Don Cheadle plays off of Adam Sandler really great in that movie. It's a pretty. It's a tragedy too. It's a sad movie. He shows anytime he's in a serious movie. You look what he just did with Uncut Gems, which I think people could argue that's one of his best performances. Yeah. He's supposed to be unlikable. He's supposed to be a horrible human being, and he does it very well because he's so damn likable in general, and he makes you hate him in that movie. My favorite movie of his, hands down, is Wedding Singer. It's my favorite. I think
that is the best Adam Sandler movie
because that movie combines what Adam Sandler does really well with a
666 PTC donated $20. Bro, bruh, buddy, my dudes, I'm so forlorn right now. Got all into the discussion and forgot about my tasty macaronis on the stove. Skits all stuck to the bottom and burnt than an old lady but crack. Guess I will have a PB and J. FML. Hi, Brett.
Hello.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry about your sandwich. But anyway, so what Wedding Singer does is it combines the heart of what Adam Sandler has shown that he's able to do. But there is a serious performance in there, but it also combines a lot of that silliness that makes the other Adam Sandler movies sometimes a little over the top, right? I think it's a good mixture of the both, and it was the first time you really saw the chemistry between him and Drew Barrymore, which you'd probably say out of all the leading ladies that he's had, even with multiple, whether it's Jennifer Aniston or whoever, his chemistry is the best with Barrymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kate.
No, I was just gonna say Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
God, yes.
literally just about to say the exact same thing. Yeah.
RB3 and I really have been on the same page with this whole topic.
Yeah, no, literally. I love Punch Drunk Love. Like, that's one of my favorites. I just did a throwback episode, The Meaning of Podcast, where we talked about Paul Thomas Anderson's work.
Donated $20. Did anyone bring up Will Ferrell yet? I love him in Stranger Than Fiction. It certainly has its funny moments, but it was great to see how good he can be in a more serious and emotional role.
Oh God.
I'm gonna say Frank the Tank still.
From old school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was good in that. Cocaine Fries Your Brain. Is that the one?
Frank the Tank?
No, the Stranger Than Fiction, where he's like answers the door and so and so lives here. You wouldn't know her or something like that. He's not a big part, but he's got some really, really funny. I blew all of those lines, but go watch it and see him do it, and he does them good, and he's funny, and he make good movie talk.
Yeah. Ben? Did you miss this one from Stephen Westaway?
Steve, I'm still on. I haven't gotten to anything from today.
Oh,
we're still on yesterday.
All right. I didn't even miss yesterday.
What? People were sending them in yesterday, so we gotta start moving.
Let's try to move through. Let's try to spend like 2-3 minutes on each one and move through.
Okay, so I lost my spot because you made me scroll up.
Well, great.
All right,
okay, I got it. All right, Matthew Dawson. Hey crew, welcome back, Riley and Sabrina. First, it's a hologram of Tupac. Then they start talking about the making of CG James Dean. Now this AI stuff. Prepare yourselves, everyone. The Robo Apocalypse is upon us. Also, hi Brett.
Hey.
Cool Cat with the Schmobot, GL Stocky. Can we get the Schmobot a feature film?
Yeah, sure. I'm sure some people would love it. Some people would
Erica could play the part.
Erica with the Schmobot yesterday. Kylie, hey, can we talk about superpowers? Rocha immortality, who knows his real age, and Christian manipulation powers to make people do what he wants, and Riley razor sharp claws. Just wonder what's everyone else's power in the Schmoverse.
Okay, so what superpower would you have, Kate? Quick.
Just have the power of leading people down a path that they're not supposed to be on.
Ooh, are these evil superpowers or good ones?
Whatever you want.
Oh, I said this. I've always wanted to absorb everybody's virtue signaling, all their sadness into my body, and then take it away from them, and just be able to harness it as like a rainbow coming out of me.
Oh,
I am virtue signaler.
I am the virtue signaler.
RB3, what was yours?
Contagious laughter. Contagious laughter.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
All right, Ben. So what is next?
Okay. Sirlo Attenborough. Anyone catch The Handmaid's Tale season 4 teaser? Not a lot was revealed, but it's nice to see one of the best TV shows return in 2021.
You know what? Until recently, I didn't even know it was a movie.
Wait, what?
It was a movie first.
What's a book?
It was a book, but it was a movie like back in like the late 80s and 90s.
I didn't know
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that until recently too, aka today.
Today.
There was a Handmaiden's Tale. I had
The
to
Handmaiden.
review once.
The
The
Handmaiden.
Handmaiden. Yeah. But I
Oh,
didn't
that's a
know-
good movie.
The Handmaid's Tale was 1990.
Wow.
Handmaid's
Who was
Tale.
in it?
It was
All the same people. They're just starting out young.
Natasha Richardson, Elizabeth McGovern, Faye Dunaway, Aidan Quinn.
Richardson.
So it's the same thing in a futuristic. In a
Margaret Atwood.
crazy.
Is the,
Yeah, the same thing. Crazy.
Wow. Yeah, what's it got? What was the rating? How did it do?
I mean.
Let's talk about this and not get to those questions.
Yeah, let's do the next question.
PJ Campbell should be writing some questions about this.
Yes.
I don't even know if it was released in theaters or what it was, but I don't know. I don't know. Handmaid's Tale, 1990, Rotten Tomatoes.
That would be like a good
32%.
fight for the corner.
Culture
30
Torex donated $20. Hey, I'll just sending love. Brett keeping the tuft but one strand went alfalfa on me. Then just let that top grow out a little more and you got a great Gary Oldman in The Fifth Element. Stay sweaty.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
All
funny.
right, let's next one.
Corey Cameron. I see Nerd Chronic using Kate's rap in the Den's next promo. # Rookie of the Year.
Nice.
Yeah, that was great yesterday, Kate.
Oh.
He drank my milkshake. Hey, SEN crew. I know yesterday it was discussed that you couldn't give a best Daniel Day-Lewis role, but I recently watched There Will Be Blood and The Bastard in the Basket, and the final scene of the film are some of the greatest acting moments of all time.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Paul Thomas Anderson, too. Just turned 50. Just turned 50.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Damn. Yeah. All right.
Long-time listener.
Brett, I'm sorry, real quick. Brett, we didn't do breast rap, though. So.
Oh yeah, I don't think we have time today, but we can.
You want to start? You want to open the show on Monday?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll get through the questions.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Christian, I don't know if you saw it. Yesterday he pretended his internet went out. He was like,
Well, that's
I'll do it tomorrow.
But the thing is, Kate, right now you're like so off the hook because you did it, and
Yeah.
he's mad. He's just making it worse and worse and worse because
know, that's
the more he pushes it off, the more people are going to want to see it. And
She
now
destroyed it.
so now you got so now you know Brett. He's going to be like sweating, like writing it this weekend, even though it's supposed to be
We
improv.
discussed if I should just write it for him.
My name is Brett, and I'm here to say.
Yes, exactly.
Commentator nerd. I'm a big Rachel McAdams fan, but it might be a hot take to say that her best performance might actually be her role in Wedding Crashers. That is when my crush on her began, at least. I like her in About Time. I like her in Mean Girls.
I like her in The
About
Family
time.
Stone.
Yes.
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
She was in that movie that I just saw.
She's in that new Netflix movie with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, she was just in that movie. In Time was the one that we talked about, right? So she was in that movie with Channing Tatum, and it's not great. What the hell?
Oh, where she loses her memory or whatever.
True story, or based on true story.
Side effect?
Not side effect. The hell? The
50 First Dates?
No.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Not 50 It's literally the same plot, though.
Oh, is it?
People will tell us in a second what the
We
hell.
call
it
our
is.
friend 50 First Dates because she forgets
Vow.
every
Thank you.
single thing.
It was the vow was what
Not
it
to-
was.
Sounds very
Anybody
Nicholas
has that.
Sparksy.
Yeah. So something that I never thought I'd hear myself say is I've seen the vow twice.
Oh, no.
Because I saw it in the theater the first time, and then I realized I was like, "How did I not see this with my wife? We're taking my wife to the screening." It was when my I believe that it came out in like 2011. It was
2012.
12. It was my daughter. My first daughter was just born, so my wife had not seen it. So then she was like, "How have I not seen this?" And then we watched it again. There you go.
You know,
Nice.
Yeah. So what's next there, Ben?
Wine, Swine, and 69.
Nice.
Love the crew today. My favorite performance by an actress is definitely Kay Parker from her 1982 classic Taboo 2 featuring Honey Wilder. The acting is first rate, lingerie game was on fire, and the bosom was on point. They
Whoa.
could have used Manscaped, though.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, God. Sammy, I don't know why, but Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Basterds is my all-time favorite performance. He's incredible. You hate his character, but love him performing it. You cannot get enough of him in the movie. The opening scene alone had me hooked.
That's
Yep.
oh god.
Yeah. It's
And there's performances like that where it just makes you feel icky. Like I think we were talking about like True Romance, the Christopher Walken,
Dennis
Hopper scene. Like it's horrible, but it's also just their intensity and stuff. But yeah, that's an amazing scene.
Well, I mean, the thing, Christoph Waltz, that's definitely his best role because that's the one that was, I think, the most. I don't know. That was the most intense because of that opening scene, and that's when everybody. And then Django also really good in, but I have to
Won
say
an
that.
Oscar for both.
I personally prefer Django for me personally.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that opening scene though. It's just so creepy. Yeah, and then what's Big Eyes is the other one, but like that movie,
Yeah.
one of them.
The Green Hornet.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's next?
I gave you $5 so you can name his character, his character name.
Oh, the Green Hornet. No, I'm kidding.
No. Spunkus. She was definitely the best Irish rapper since House of Payne.
Oh.
Also, if it was a musical schmodown, I would crush. LOL. Oh, okay. Let's see about Claudia Dolph. She'd crush you.
Yeah.
Wild Bill. Sam Rockwell is my favorite actor. My favorite performance of all time is him in Seven Psychopaths. I also want to give an honorable mention to the way back. He's so charismatic. Sam Rockwell's great in everything.
Who?
Sam Rockwell.
Sam
Rockwell. Yeah, best performance for him. I gotta tell you, the Three Billboards movie, he's really good in because
Really good in that.
you really shouldn't like him. You really shouldn't like him in that movie at all. He's a pretty despicable person, but there's something about Sam Rockwell that even at the end of it, you kind of forgive him, and you're like, all right, well, at least he's trying to do the right thing. So
I love Sam Rockwell. He's him in a Galaxy Quest was so good. Meta Soul, might I say you all look gorgeous today, especially you, Sabrina.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, wait.
March 3rd.
What? El Santoyo, hey crew, how do you guys feel about Henry Cavill coming back as a new Superman post Flashpoint? I just started Superman Rebirth and love his intro without giving away too much. Superman and Lois are married and have a son. Riley, you should give it a read.
Oh.
I will get that note to Riley.
I don't know. I don't know how. I think that'd be pretty confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty confusing. Yeah.
Kate, do you want to make like a Superman ejaculating joke or something? Or like
Faster than a speeding bullet?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Boom!
Trash Panda, I know I'm in the minority here, but I think The Truman Show is Jim Carrey's best performance over Eternal Sunshine and Man on the Moon. That's a solid trio, though.
You had me until you said except for Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah, Eternal Sunshine is his best role because it's the most that he's ever used himself. And a lot of I believe when you look at a really great performance, you're able to pull things from your real life and who you are as a person, and that over the top kind of craziness animation stuff is what made him famous. But it's still a role for me in Truman Show. I think it's a great performance, but it's still a role, and I clearly see him in that role. But there's something about I don't know. I just felt so real that Eternal Sunshine. It's my favorite. Kate, you were gonna say?
I actually agree with this person. I actually, for me, it's Truman Show. I just think I don't know. But it's for the same reasons you like him in Eternal Sunshine and Spotless Mind. I feel like he had to do that sort of performative thing, right? I got like that like Jim Carrey stuff, but then like you see those moments where he's figuring it out, and I just feel like I will say Man on the Moon would be third for me, just because that method acting stuff I'm not into.
Yeah, especially when you watch that Netflix doc.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
it's pretty nuts.
Yeah,
it's pretty nuts.
That's wild.
All right, next one.
Yes, guys, we're at 375 likes. We're trying to get to 500. We're 950 people watching right now, guys. So if you haven't clicked the like button, make sure you do that. Trash Panda, that we just read that. Ace Money, Gangs of New York is a flawed film, but it boasts my favorite performance of all time, and Bill the Butcher, best villain ever.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day when we brought Daniel Day-Lewis. It's just so hard to pick a favorite from him because it's like, what does he do that's not great? He became Lincoln, man. It's just
God, I loved Lincoln. Oh, yeah, I just saw it last year finally.
It's funny. A lot of people find that movie dull. I love it. I think it's great. But I would say, My Left Foot.
Yeah, I think with Daniel Day-Lewis, you can't really think about which performance is the best because they're always great. But it's like, what's your favorite movie that he's done?
Right.
Yeah.
That's probably a better one. I'd say Last of the Mohicans then for me.
Yes.
Yeah,
I really like Phantom Thread too. I know people weren't thrilled about that movie when it came out, but I really, really liked Phantom Thread.
I haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, you're gonna like it.
I love There Will Be Blood personally. But.
Yeah,
good
absolutely. Cheryl Dick Pants. Hey Riley, are you still pissed that Sean Connery was in the Avengers?
Yes. Oh God. Don't get me started.
Justin Hamilton, really limber up those shoulders as you look into Rocha's eyes and get ready because you will be in that tourney. I've got you, champ. I'm guessing that's for me.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. It's for Riley. Lawrence Tila, love Ray Fiennes, one of the finest actors without an Oscar. Great in best. Great.
I would say his
Schindler's
best.
List.
Yeah.
And loved him in The Constant Gardener, but I feel his performance in Grand Budapest Hotel is severely underrated. Atypical characters of he plays.
Agreed with all of it, but I have to say his best is Schindler's List because especially
he's terrifying.
He's terrifying, but when you hear Michael Fassbender talk about how he just got ill playing that role in 12 Years a Slave, and when you know as an actor where you need to go in order to play, like, you need to almost lose your humanity, your empathy inside of the role like that. And and to see him do that, and to see him do it like you said, terrifying. I'd say Ray Fiennes that's probably his best.
Would it be too weird to say Lord Voldemort? Maybe.
I was gonna say
It's probably my favorite, one of my favorite movies.
It's definitely, he transitions very well from that character in Schindler's List to Voldemort. I mean,
yeah,
it's like, there's that the way he did that role in Schindler's List. I was like,
is it fair to say that
this is a bad guy?
Is it fair to say that Joseph Fiennes is like Luke Wilson?
Absolutely.
Or
definitely
he's
he's Luke Hemsworth or Liam Hemsworth.
He's the
Billy
third.
Baldwin.
Yeah.
He's the third. He's the third Manning brother.
Yeah, well,
He's one of the many Skarsgårds.
Real nice.
Matthew Dawson. Why has no one brought up Tilda Swinton? She can literally play anything. She legit plays 4 different roles in the Suspiria reboot, which in my opinion is better than the original.
So,
Hey, Dickie! They're talking about Tilda Swinton.
Does he love Tilda Swinton?
Oh, he's obsessed with her. That's
So-
his.
Tilda Swinton, by the way. She's popped in. I missed it. Did he cosplay as Tilda Swinton? I missed it.
He cosplays Tilda
popped
Swinton.
in.
Like,
He heard
she could
Tilda
probably play as
Swinton.
Tilda Swinton could walk into Kate's house and be Dickie, and she wouldn't know.
Tilda Swinton, by the way, was in Vanilla Sky, and I totally forgot about that.
Oh.
And there was
Talk about that one.
There was someone else that was in Vanilla Sky that I had no idea was a very young Michael Shannon.
Oh.
Shannon
Other
plays,
favorite. Wow.
Yeah, Michael Shannon plays the like security the cop on duty while Kurt Russell is talking. Duty. So where Kurt Russell is talking to Tom Cruise, but Tilda Swinton is at the very end of the movie, and it's I forgot that they were both in the movie.
That's amazing.
All right,
I
so
think the first
go ahead.
first time I saw Michael Shannon was in that Let's Go to Prison movie with Will Arnett and Dak Shepard.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that one?
Oh.
No.
Bless you
But
for seeing it. That's
Yeah.
why
If
you're on my
Christian-
team.
If Christian brings up Vanilla Sky one more time, I'm gonna turn into a crow type character.
We haven't
You
talked.
talk about Vanilla Sky one more time.
Well, talking about Crow, we haven't even talked about Russell Crowe. I mean, hello.
Russell Crowe. That story I've told, and I have to tell it again because it's my favorite.
I want to hear
When
it.
I was watching Vanilla Sky with Russell
When I was watching, we were at, this was years ago in Venice, and I've definitely told this story, but it's picture of Dagnino watching. We're all watching. We were watching some fight in Venice, and I want to tell you, it was like either an Oscar De La Hoya fight or I don't know what it was.
It's on the boardwalk.
I thought you were talking about like homeless people on the boardwalk.
No. We were watching a boxing match, and it was in somebody's apartment, and everybody was, and there had to have been like 20 to 25 people in this apartment, not wearing masks, but it was fine because it was 2000 or whatever it was, and we're all sitting around. It was like 2005, 2006. So Dagnino's sitting there, and they show celebrity shots right before the fights start, and so they're popping through, and they show Russell Crowe, and you hear Dagnino, "Look, it's Russell Crowe." Dead silence. He was so excited to see Russell Crowe for some reason, and then he just kind of like, it was the only time I've ever seen Dagnino. Like that look that people give, like normally everyone but Dagnino, so when they feel awkward because Dagnino never feels awkward. It was that case of he goes, "Look, it's Russell Crowe."
I love that because Dagnino's always too cool for everything and never gets embarrassed. So back to back, he's starstruck and then he's embarrassed. Oh man, I wish I had that moment on film.
So just everybody tweet at Dagnino right now at Bob Finstock and just write, "Look, it's Russell Crowe" with an exclamation point.
Yes, that's amazing.
So here, you can just cut and paste it. I'll put it in the chat room. All right, Ben.
Yes. Suge Knight 323 wanted to come say hi to all these great people. My favorite role for Eddie Murphy is Axel Foley. Best Eddie Murphy scene is the barbershop. He beat Joe Louis's ass.
That's right.
Great Star Wars match yesterday. # Bandit Brigade, Outlaw Nation, and Den for Life. Let me refresh this. So Suge Knight was the last one. Give me a second to scroll back down. 26.
You guys, it's garbage day here.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, the boys. One of whom is dressed fully like a girl today.
Garbage boy.
Right.
They're watching the garbage guys. Okay.
All right, what's
Thanks.
next?
I'm scrolling. Garbage. All right, there we go. Stephen Westaway, we are finally on today. Hey, Kristian and Schmo's family, been a long time, fan from Australia, and wish I could donate more. It's hard to watch live due to the time difference, but thanks for picking my topic on the show. Actress Lily James in Yesterday. Actor Ford in The Fugitive.
Ford in The Fugitive.
I don't care.
Yeah, he's really good in that one for sure. I mean,
Tommy Lee Jones, or
no,
Harrison Ford. Oh, okay.
Harrison Ford.
Hard for me to say, not Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is my favorite from him.
Yeah.
His catalog is so small, I can't really.
Tavishka Productions. Cavill looks so much better without a mustache, but doesn't compare to Damon's ass.
Oh, sorry, Rocha.
House Heisenberg, what is a random unpopular opinion you have? Mine is that I strongly believe the act of intentional and maliciously spoiling movies and TV shows should be a federal crime.
I think your camera should also be a crime too. You look like whoever's looking at you right now looks like they're drunk.
He's got the soft
blurry.
focus.
Yeah, soft focus.
He's Lillian Gish in it.
Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Ben, soft focus, Goddard.
See if this helps.
Oh,
Better?
It looks like a bunch of words. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess my take is the one that I always say that nobody ever agrees with me ever is that Just Friends is garbage.
Garbage. Garbage. I believe that people talking during a movie should get kicked out.
Yes, I agree. I don't think that's too much of a hot take. I agree with you.
I don't think people's lives should be threatened if they don't like a movie.
That's
kind of
that's a hot take.
It's a bit silly.
I kill you over that, Brett.
I don't think Brett's mom should ever be called a C word
Yeah, that's not a good one
for his take on a movie.
on an internet.
Oh,
I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be a garbage day at Kate's house.
Yeah.
Oh. I can't hear it.
I'll
It's-
disagree.
Garbage.
I'll bring it in now. That's their chore.
PLD. Man, things have just conspired against me seeing this live this week, so I figured I'd drop in pre-show to say hey and have a great show.
Thank you.
Sackett, 22. In celebration of Liverpool's title win yesterday, I'd love to see Jurgen Klopp biopic made. I know most of you don't care about soccer, so is there a sports figure you'd love to see a biopic made about?
Yes.
That one felt like it came from me.
Yeah, that was.
I could feel that reverberate.
That was a very bassy fart.
That was a
I want to see a biopic, and I don't know the baseball player, but my friend sent me the video, and it's kind of animated. It's a pitcher that pitched a perfect game while high on acid. Does anybody know who this is? I bet Rocha would know it, but it's on the YouTubes, and it's.
Imagine anybody else doing what Kristian is doing right now.
No. It's the privilege of being the boss.
Yeah, and
it's very true.
then he's gonna tear our ass when the show's over for not getting through the SCHMOEBOTS. Guys,
there was that. I saw it on Instagram. I'm just gonna ignore all of this. There was that player that played in the D League / G League, the minor leagues of the NBA for 10 years, and then got in the Lakers game and dropped like 20 points. So that was pretty cool.
Wait, the baseball player?
Daddy.
I'm gonna leave.
The baseball player.
all right. Pirates pitcher Doc Ellis.
Oh my God, relation to Mark?
Yeah, he went and threw a no-hitter despite being high as a kite on lysergic acid.
Oh.
Now hold a second. Did he know he was on it, or did he get dosed? Because
No, he did. He forgot. I think the story is he forgot he was.
on asses.
No, I think he forgot he was playing that day and was partying all weekend. Yeah, no, watch it. It's amazing him telling the story, and somebody's animated. It's pretty cool. But I'd like to see it. That'd be a fun little.
That'd be fun, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Sir Lord Attenborough. I'll say it again. Releasing Tenet now is so selfish
Pac-Man
and
Wayne donated
short-sighted.
$20. Hey guys, one movie that I love is the movie Volcano. I know it's a bad movie, but what is a movie that is bad but you love it? Harloff, don't say Flash Gordon.
I would say it's most likely.
He needs some milk. He needs some milk.
That's what I would say.
The podcast.
What is that soundbite?
My favorite soundbite like is definitely.
I thought it was for sure going to be the step bro thing.
Yeah.
What was he needs some milk?
That was from, I can't remember. Somebody got knocked out or something.
Yeah, I think it's like a street fight and someone got knocked the F out.
I think it's at like a what's the Waffle House or something, and someone got knocked out, and the lady goes, "He needs some milk."
He needs some milk.
Oh my gosh.
What was the question?
Oh yeah.
Bad movie that you
Storm
love.
Shadow Rocks donated $20. There is a documentary on ELLIS called No, a documentary. Drip.
I love it. I gotta check that out.
So kind of like bad movies that you guys like. I'd say the latest King Arthur movie with Charlie Hunnam. I really like that movie.
I like Daddy's Home. I say it all the time, but I found it heartwarming, and I don't know.
Me and JT went to the premiere of Daddy's Home too.
Yeah. I don't know about the second one, but the first one, I don't know. I thought it was premiere.
Yeah.
Oh, I also liked the first, the 50 Shades of Grey. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, John's back. Wait a minute. John Rocha's back in the house, everybody.
There he is.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Where's Kristian?
He said if you don't do the show, he's out.
He's grabbing a portable USB and external hard drive of more sound bites.
Yeah, by the way, he just sat here bombing everything any of us was saying with sound bites. So
you know what? I think he
He
did.
needs some milk.
I think he pissed in a jug.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just going on a limb here. Is that what
His
it
wife
said?
doesn't let him go out into the house.
Wait, hold on.
I'm 11, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else?
Wait, is this our last show?
Maybe.
Brett, it'll never be your last show. We know that.
Oh.
Maybe.
Stroll at Admiral. I'll say it again. Releasing Tenet now is selfish. I did that one. House Grow. Blah blah blah. Adrian Tejeda. Nolan is so eager to get his movie seen in theaters because he really wants us to see his new movie about bending time and space, something he's never done before. That's my favorite donation
Can we
ever.
just quiz Rocha real quick? Rocha, what's the name of the pitcher that pitched a perfect game on acid?
David Wells, right?
Wow, that's maybe another one. Doc Ellis.
Oh, the black guy. What's his name?
I'm sure there are other qualities about him that
He played
people
for the
might
Pittsburgh Pirates. He played for the
Black Lion.
Look at Ben. Look at Ben. Guys, people have said black guys for years. People have said Latino guys for years. People have said white people for years. Calm the fuck down. It's not inherently racist to say that.
I
Jesus.
never said anything inherently racist.
French white guilt can kiss my ass. He was a pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yes.
Get his name. But they did a documentary about him, and it was it was a great.
Doc
documentary.
Ellis. His name was Doc Ellis.
Doc Ellis. That's
I remembered the guy-
$20. Rocha, you missed my original message about Liverpool's title win wanting and
He needs some milk.
the whole crew being back and thanks for all you do. Windwa.
What is
that?
He needs some milk.
He won the title.
He needs
First time
some
in
milk.
30 years. We won the title. The boys, they do great. We're Liverpool. Always, never walk alone. You are together, stronger forever. Yes, Liverpool, 30 years. Yes, we did it.
What's going on?
It's my boy. That's my boy.
That's John's protective mask he wears to the grocery store.
You know what?
Get your
RB3
kids
needs
away from me.
RB3 needs that protective mask to go out in the world.
No, literally. Literally.
Yeah, Liverpool, 30 years, man. We finally did it. Crazy.
We only
I cried all night last
have
night.
50 questions left. What's next?
Oh yeah, keep playing some sound effects.
Oh, this is a perfect Friday show, man.
Dutably, indubitably. Hey, everyone. My question is for Rocha regarding the Five Horsemen. I know that we have yourself, Bateman, Riley, and Dan on the Horsemen.
Yeah.
But who is the fifth now that Gucci is the official manager of the faction? Has Barbarian or Demolanta made the cut?
Ooh, good quote. We haven't really talked about it. Gucci's always kind of been officially the fifth. So, and he always will be. He can't, the Finstock Exchange.
He can still be in the fifth.
Yeah, exactly. I love how people are trying to differentiate the Finstock Exchange from the Five Horsemen. We're all in the same crew, people, so get on it.
This feels like treadmill nug day.
Yes. Zach Mole, I recently saw Altered States with my family in quarantine. I was blown away by William Hurt's performance and even further shocked to find out it was based on the real life of John C. Lilly. What is your favorite psychedelic movie?
Does The Doors count?
Not really. He only has one scene where he's psychedelic.
Eternal Sunshine.
Whole
of the
movie
Spotless
is.
Mind.
I would say
Andy.
Enter the Void.
Enter the Void. Oh, I liked what was that Gaspar Noé movie? Climax.
Oh yeah.
Climax was crazy, and then Mandy was pretty insane as well.
Mandy's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Mandy. The Cell is another one. People don't talk about The
that
Cell.
was- that was a good one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Vince
Favorite
Vaughn-
psychedelic movie?
Yeah.
I would say probably that documentary of that Doc Ellis guy pitching.
Vince Vaughn, by the way, was miscast in that film, unfortunately.
Oh, in The Cell? Yeah.
That was the first DVD we ever rented. Was The Cell.
Hey.
Yeah.
Don't say we. I wasn't there.
Family movie? The Cell family movie?
Yeah.
They identify as we. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. What else?
Doc Dredd. My favorite performance is Benicio del Toro as Che Guevara and Steven Soderbergh's underrated two-part epic Che.
Yeah.
You should stop looking at the actor. Oh, you stop looking at the actor and just see the man he's portraying. It's almost little like watching a documentary of the character. Incredible film. D-Train. We are beating COVID's ass at NYC. Don't mess with New Yorkers. We are kryptonite to the coronavirus.
I mean, you got to give props to the fight back. That I mean, they were right now where Florida is. They were, so and even worse. So the fact that it's coming back is good.
But just in general, New Yorkers they're just cut from a different cloth, man.
They're resilient.
They're resilient. It's like you give the two of the worst national things that have happened in the past 20 years to New York City, and they handle it, man.
They do. 1, 2, 3 Marvel. Hola, guys. Question. If I wore a plague mask, do you think people would look at me weird? In a serious note, I can't wait to go back to the movies.
Yeah.
Oh, like one of those bird masks?
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Maybe
They
Stormtrooper.
sell them. They sell them online.
Yeah.
Wear Stormtrooper helmet.
Hey, it's got the ventilators. De Green Flamingo. You want to read this one, Christian? Or you?
No, go ahead.
The Green Flamingo. I can't do it. It says thank you. Thank you to Hasselhoff, Ed Sheeran, McAllen, Alfred the Butler, Ben Goturds, and John Ratchet. De Green Flamingo is back. Brynjar Rainison. Hey guys, are you two going to watch the Eurovision movie with Will Ferrell? As a huge fan of him and Eurovision, I'm really excited. Plus, I am from Iceland, like their characters are in the movie, so this is special for me.
That's the one with Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to Mara. She said it was fun, and the song they make in the movie, she literally said it should be nominated for an Oscar. So I'm looking forward to it.
Volcano Man.
She got a screening of it.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Because I think it came out like at 9:00 last night, and they got it on Wednesday, so they got it like a day early.
Awesome.
Oh, Mara and Dan.
Yeah. Captain Coleslaw.
Oh,
hey,
good
gang.
for Dan. Good for Dan.
Hey,
Mark
gang.
Jason Ali donated $20. Catherine Isabel is one of my favorite actresses. She's wonderful in the Ginger Snaps series and is rather underrated in the sense she hasn't popped the way others have. Extremely talented and lovely to meet.
Ginger
She's
Snaps is a
beautiful,
crazy
too.
movie.
Yeah, have you ever seen those Ginger Snaps? Those are
No, I saw the
interesting
first one.
films. Yeah.
I don't know that.
Captain Coleslaw. Hey, gang, I'm going with Nick Nolte in Warrior. It is such a heartbreaking performance, how broken he is, culminating in that final scene, seeing the boys leave together. P.S. Congrats to Rocha on Liverpool. I'm a Spurs fan, so I won't be celebrating #Coys or COYS.
Let's see. Nolte. I mean, 48 Hours. Really good. But he was really good in Warrior.
Angel Has Fallen. He's never been gravelier.
My son is.
He was really good in that movie. He doesn't look as nutty as people say he is. He's I've never seen him phone in a performance ever.
He's not Busey, man. He's nutty, but he's damn good. You know what I'm saying? Even in the Mandalorian, he's fantastic in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
He's so good in that.
And he basically what he just wrote like when you watch the Gallery series, by the way, you see like he did all the dialogue first, and then the actress inside of the costume for Creel had to had to then go through his mannerisms and stuff. It's pretty fascinating, just
That was a costume? I thought he was just that method.
he's really good. That's why but that's why I never understood in the beginning where people were like, oh, it's not Pedro Pascal in there, I can't get us locked in. I was like, well, it's not Nick Nolte in there.
Yeah,
locked in. Yeah. So what are you talking about? So I never.
Taika Waititi fit in that IG suit though.
Yeah,
he's been down.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Boo.
Yeah. I deserve that. That was a bad joke. Fucking bright piece of shit. Marshall Weeks. Hope you guys are staying healthy. Michael Clark Duncan performance in the Green Mile was amazing. During quarantine, I have been diving deep into Netflix and found an Aaron Paul movie called The Parts. The Parts You Lose. It is awesome. Highly recommend. Hey, Brett.
Hey.
Jay Scotty for real.
What was it? Wait, what was it?
The Parts You Lose with Aaron Paul.
Had anybody heard of that one?
No.
I never heard of it. Aaron Paul, I mean, obviously he's just like Breaking Bad, but he hasn't really had enough time to shine in movies.
Excuse me, guys. Nobody mentioned Need to Speed. Like that's not
that's a classic piece.
Need for Speed. Yeah, a classic piece of cinema.
Mentioned it on purpose.
Yeah. So I was still thinking about the Adderall from earlier.
Look, Aaron didn't have a career in films before the show, and he's not going to have a career after.
Wow.
TV is where he belongs. He's really good on TV.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what some people are just good on TV.
He was great as Ethan Hunt's brother-in-law in Mission Impossible 3.
There's my unpopular opinion. Now I know what it is. An opinion no one shares with me. I don't think Aaron Paul's that good.
Wow. Oh, okay. At all?
No.
He only won a couple Emmys. That's it.
Did he really?
Well, did you see him in that latest PSA? He was giving it his all in that one.
Oh man.
Jay Scotty for real.
You're with me, right, Kristian? I mean, this is that celebrity bullshit's got to stop. Like, just relax.
It does need to stop.
Right? Yeah. Just you know what? Own your shit. Go talk to your yoga and therapist. Leave us alone.
It's not doing what they're intending it to do. Every time they put one of them out, it's like, shut up. Go back to your mansion, stupid. Yeah, even though the intent of what the intent is, we get the intent. But the thing is, just anonymously put in your donations. And that's good enough. It should be for you. It shouldn't be for the spotlight of we care.
Right.
Because it's like, yeah, there are a lot of people who care, but it's like that's what when Dave Chappelle said in his special, right? He's like, I didn't.
That was so good.
He said I didn't. He's like, Don Lemon's fucking calling me out to say shit. He's like, motherfucker, it's not my time to talk right now. He's like, let the streets talk. He's like, it's not time. He's like, I'll talk, and then he used the special.
Obi-Wan Jabroni donated $20. What's up, fuckos? Would love to hear how you rank each film in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Cheers, #BLM, #Go Bills.
We're all tied.
I would say Towers, Fellowship, and then Towers, King, and then I don't know.
I'm the same as you.
Yeah.
Towers, King, and then Fellowship. Yes.
Yeah, I could go with that.
Towers definitely first, especially extended Towers with Faramir's backstory.
Oh, yeah.
You need that Faramir backstory.
Yep. Yeah. So, but I mean, all three. All right. What's next?
Jay Scotty. Asked Rocha earlier, but figured it'd be a good discuss here, too. How do you think films will acknowledge the world post-COVID? Will background extras with face masks be commonplace? Will we get a social distance rom-com sooner rather than later? We're going to get one of those. We are going to get a Zoom, Skype rom-com, absolutely.
I'm sure.
There is something I saw a billboard for, I feel like, that was kind of a movie made with Zoom.
We know he's lying because he hasn't left his house.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Do you guys have an extra 10 minutes to try to knock down some of these?
Five.
Yeah, five. Let's do five. Let's do five and call it.
Chris Thorne, I just don't understand why they have not started giving tickets to people not wearing masks. The government can make you wear a seatbelt. I can make you wear a mask. Deal with it. Oh, hi, Brett.
Hey.
Sir Lord Attenborough. Daniel Day-Lewis as Daniel Plainview in There Will Be Blood is my favorite performance of his. I love watching him descend into madness and love how his life was all about beating the competition. He even sees his son as the competition in the end. Hey, Brett.
Hey.
That's going to be me. That's going to be me, Kristian, at the end, the outlaw, just sitting in a fucking big house. What's the answer?
Right, that's right.
Muffin Truck.
Bibiani shows up.
Friday,
I drank
crew.
your milkshake.
Rocha, I want to congratulate your Reds on the EPL title. Much love from a Chelsea supporter. I have to say, Gary Oldman in The Professional is one of my favorite roles by him. His character is on the level of Hans Landa and the Joker.
Yeah, see the thing, he's great in that movie, and True Romance obviously is really great in too. Everything he does is really good. But the thing is, him as Winston Churchill, like that's one of those movies where, you know, when he wins the Oscar, you go, some people say, look, it's for his body of work. No, it was because of the performance. Yeah, I mean,
It's one I still need to see.
Oh, dude,
really?
He is so. You know what? If you have the time, you should watch that and The Darkest Hour, and then
Dunkirk.
Yeah. It ties in really well.
You still haven't seen Dunkirk?
That's how what I said. Like you should watch. They will not be forgotten. The Peter Jackson World War documentary, and then 1917 right after it. Those two together would be great.
Yeah, because these tie in like significantly, those two movies, because of the events that happened in 1917. Who's singing opera in the back? All right, next.
B. Arthur can get it. Hey guys, so Karate Kids, it's Okinawa. Japan scenes were actually filmed in Hawaii. Yes. I'm really hoping they film on the beautiful tiny 65-mile long paradise. There really is no place like it on Earth. Google Okinawa beaches and prepare to be floored. Wow. Okay.
Oyama was an extra in that movie. I think he was a baby extra in that movie.
Ryan Chandler. Hey, Schmoes. Can't wait to watch the new Patreon horror match later today. Bibiani and Draco, Riley, and Dead Meat. Sounds incredible.
That's right.
Plus, can't wait to watch Tenet on my phone while chilling on the porch. Just hold it close to your face. iPhone IMAX.
Brilliant.
Chapstick. Check that Patreon match out, guys. Like, we got the Dead Meat podcast on there. That's a big get. They're good people. Chapstick Cereal. So ecstatic about the Cobra Kai news. Also, watch out for Mortal Kombat January 2021. I expect it to be gold. Have a chill weekend. Ooh, I'm excited about that.
It's gonna take
Schmobot.
How many?
Stocky.
How many do you have left? So I wonder if we should save it till Monday and then come back. So RB3 can get up.
Fresh.
Sorry, we got a lot left. So we'll start. Monday, what we'll do is we'll start at 10:30 and bring it back. But I want to give the quiz that I gave to everybody else in here that everybody failed to the audience and see if anybody gets it. I'm gonna play this and then we'll call it a show. But I'm gonna play a score, and the reason why I don't think it'll get copyrighted is because this is a cover of the score. So I want to see who's gonna be able to guess it, who's really good out there, and let's see if the chat. I'll give you a shout out if you get it. Here we go. I'm gonna start it. I don't think anybody will get it, but we'll see. It's 28 or not to be. To be or not to be. and says Pretty Woman. Pretty Woman is the answer. Pretty Woman is the answer. Yeah. All right, everybody. So we got it. Good guess there. RB3, take us out. Thank you guys so much for joining us here today. Thank you, John Rocha, Ben Goddard, Brett Sheridan, RB3. Hey, Mulligan. Monday, I will not be on the show. John Rocha will be hosting. We will see you guys on Monday, but we'll call these. See you later.